Take care, guys.
Take care. Ciao.
We'll have to get the Vegemite update coming up here this afternoon from Luca. Welcome back in, guys. 2 o'clock on pretty exciting afternoon here as we head back to the upside currently after, we make new lows on the session. A little bit of support finally coming into play. Here's how things are shaping up right now as we head into the final couple of hours for the afternoon. 0.5%, we'll call it, for the S&P right now to the downside. 0.4 for the Dow, the NASDAQ 0.71. in negative territory, as it's done all day, leading, in fact, to the downside are tech stocks. Here in Toronto, 0.1. A lot of the strength I noticed coming from this group. Energy stocks back to the upside today here on the TSX, 1.2. For crude oil, back in positive territory. Bitcoin and Ethereum trying to hold on to positive for the day as well. 0.95 and 0.6 after starting the session. To the downside. Equity session anyways on the 24-hour period about flat. That's the way the board looks. Pretty mixed still, even though we are 0.5%, as I mentioned there, to the downside. Some of the banks trying to get back to the upside right now, offsetting some of the diversified financials that are mostly lower. So this group basically flat right now, a little bit downside, even though individual banks are showing all kinds of strength. I'll grab a chart here of maybe the yields. I'll come back with that. But yields back to the upside today. That's a lot of why those are rallying. There's energy stocks right now. As I mentioned, crude oil back higher. 2% for KMI leading. Oxy on here, 2% as well. Back in positive territory. DVN has been among the leaders as well all afternoon. 1.8% to the upside for DVN right now. Healthcare, Devon, obviously. Healthcare stocks also positive on the afternoon, along with consumer staples. Back to the upside after starting the day in negative territory. I was trying to find, there it is. Procter & Gamble's here, 1.2%. We mentioned that if you were with us pre-market. That's Estee Lauder. There it is. Procter & Gamble downside after earnings came up lighter than expected. And it actually wasn't the forecast for a change. Their forecast was actually to the upside, but numbers themselves came in lighter than expected. SEDG, Enphase, both clean energy names downside. That's First Solar. For anyone who's having trouble there, it is teeny tiny. FSLR down 5.5% today. So semiconductors getting hit, including AMD, including NVIDIA. I just saw here as well. There it is, 2.5, and QCOM almost 3% to the downside. Industrials lead. Banks a close second though in negative territory. Welcome back in for a wait. What day is it? It's Thursday. I was going to say Wednesday. It's Thursday afternoon. Hope yours is going well. It is going to be a interesting one here as we get into the final couple of hours. We can bring in the guys here and get their opinion on what has been a bit of a reversal type afternoon. Back to the upside so far for futures, guys. Back to the upside for tech specifically. We were discussing some of the tech names to kick things off this morning.
To say it was a reversal is like a large understatement. I'll tell you. I started this morning, and I was shorting. If you're watching the morning show, I was shorting Meta in front of 134. It actually looked pretty good. Now I'm long at 136. So life comes at you fast, right? Obviously, some of these bottoms were pretty good. I do think we're getting a little bit top heavy, but we had Lael Brainerd come in and reverse the market, and the strong names just kept on going. However, you got to keep the bigger picture in mind here. Like, we are down still on the session, 0.7%. Even though you've had a bit of a bounce, it's been a solid bounce. The strong names look absolutely fantastic. But overall, it has been a bit of a bloodbath. You're going to see relative strength all over the place. Alibaba's up 3%. Meta, like I just mentioned, up 2.5%. But I'm still short Intel. Intel's down 1 and change. I am long Bed Bath & Beyond, but that was like a squeeze. It was doing volume and did a bit of a breakout. So we'll talk about the overall move in the market. The big name that everyone's going to be concerned about is going to be Netflix aftermarket. We have earnings for Netflix coming through. They're down 1.5%, but it's been an inside day, which I think is it makes sense to me that you have a bit of an inside day. You really couldn't break out too far. Outside of that flat bottom break at 21 at the open, can't break the high, can't take out the low. I don't know if Netflix will be a great trade in the afternoon, but there's definitely going to be a lot of bangers to be had, as I know we're going to go over a few of them when we get a second. When we will talk some Roblox. We'll talk a little bit about Tesla as well, although I, for the first time in a while, have traded absolutely no Tesla. I'm pretty sure at some point we're going to do the trade of the day if someone tells me in my ear. What's that? Oh, no, sorry, I was just talking to Prad there. And by the way, I gotta call out these guys in the midday show. Fantastic to be able to get the likes. I love that they're going to be able to do that challenge for you, just dressing up. But I have no idea why they didn't just eat the Vegemite live on the show. Like, Vegemite's really not that bad. Like, it doesn't taste good, but it's good for you, and it's actual food. Like, if we can do a hot chip, which as far as I'm concerned isn't real food, it's chemical warfare, Vegemite is good for you, it's legit, it's got vitamins, it's just ridiculously salty. And you probably don't want to eat that unless you're used to it. Brendo, what you got?
I think Luca's actually ready for a Vegemite update here. We'll get that from him in a second. We wanted to, yeah, we can go back to Neil.
I don't know. Yeah, let me just very quickly, guys. It's like salt. It's like salt on steroids. That's all. I feel like I just went into the Dead Sea and opened my mouth, and now I have to like drink a beer or a Spro or something to clean this up. So good luck rest of the day, but I'll never try that again.
Make it a beer. Make it a beer.
Salt paste, otherwise known as Vegemite. Quickly, a headline just coming across for Meta platforms. They're going to update the company's data about user activity from a partners control aspect, and that's on the ad side. So that's just coming through. So there was a little bit of volume that came into Meta there, but impressive to say the least for Meta today, 2.3 to the upside when the rest of big tech basically flat or a little bit down on the day. Nice afternoon for Meta. As mentioned, let's get into a bit of a review of what we were discussing if you were with us in the pre-market this morning. Shawn, set to go now, and we'll lead the way with a look at one of his trades.
Hey, what's up? It's your trade of the day, and today it's going to be Amazon. And today, as usual, it's brought to you by Day Trade the World. Make sure you hit that QR code below and start your prop firm today. Look, I can have the sticky note, I can have it here, throw it at you, whatever, but Amazon's on the sticky note, and it's one of the #1 names. And you're going to go back to yesterday's 20-period chart right here, and this is 99. I don't know, I guess I didn't mean to zoom this that way, but that's 99 up there, and we failed at 99. So the minute we didn't break 99 and then entered today, you're going to see well below 99. I was like, you know what, that's a fail. And then the NASDAQ this morning was, I mean, now you're down 0.81. We did make some newer lows there today. It's actually been a nice little rally since Brainerd started talking, but all right, let's just do it as this is basic as we can right here. We started the day looking for the short, but look what we did. We were wrong. It started to go upside like crazy. I remember we were in this trade and I was working it out with you guys, with the traders here today. Our first short started right here at 95-ish, right? And so it goes up there. That's like a 90, 94, I think it was 94.80. I don't know, I could draw these lines. You know, I should just put little marks here, what price they are exactly. Then that's 95. Then all the way up here is 95.50. Now the thing is that we went short here. We didn't get blown out because we were using that 95.50 level, maybe even up to 96. Amazon, when it gets going, it just goes, man. Like, you get huge candles here either way, to the upside or to the downside. So right here, we were a little nervous that that's what was happening now, because you start the day down here at 94 and immediately within the first couple minutes are up to 95.50. That's a big move for Amazon. We wanted the short, so we had to stay with it, and we did. And then all of a sudden it comes right back down. We put on our biggest amount of shares up there, and that's the one thing that's really changed in the way that I trade, waiting for position sizing to come into effect, which is why I get upset, because like if I only put on half of my position there, then load it up there for the rest. Well, if that's the last one and it goes down, then I get upset. I don't have enough shares, and you hear me talk about that all the time. But we get them out as it falls back down below 95, and then look, all the way back down to that pre-market low once again. So this is a 95.30 short there. That out is 94 flat. So that's $1.30 right there on a portion of this trade. So again, risking a little bit. Our average price at this time, and thanks again for the viewers that were asking me about that, our average price was $94.98 when this happened. So big move down. Our risk to the top was 50 cents. We start taking much more than that, $1.30. Then you see it absolutely collapses, and we get our out right there. I say, you know what? When this is falling down, we're going to watch this 50-period moving average on a 1-minute chart. Takes us out, of course, and then drops all the way, wow, to 92.80. But that's not it. We're not done yet. Now let's talk about a mistake in Amazon. We know we wanted to go short, so we don't have any longs down here. Should have gone long. Probably first mistake, but I'm pretty happy. NASDAQ's still red. This is where we get in trouble. It comes up to the 200 period here at 93.50, right? So we go short, short, short. Average price now 93.50. We get a good price. But look what happens. You see, we break out of this range. That's 93.50. We give it about 10 cents more and wind up getting out at 93.60. It's a 10-cent hit. It sucks, but we give some money back for sure, for sure. Then all of a sudden, boom, it rips back up to the upside again. And now we're going to use 94-ish as our short possibility. Brainerd comes out there, blasts it up. We get our 94 short. It continues to go up. I'm like, nah, that's not happening. Look at the volume here. Not very strong volume at all, right? I think that might have been where Brainerd came out anyways. Breaks upside, hits 94. Not much volume there on the buy side, so I was fine with it. Comes all the way back up, we hit it, and then it starts to drop again. So right now our average price is about 94.05. Look at some of these outs. 93.90 right where view up is, 93.70. We're bidding 93.70 again, and lower than this. I think we can still retrace down. As long as the NASDAQ stays red here, we're hovering around the 50 period right now, so I'm a little bit uncertain of where Amazon's gonna go. But the key was stay short. Short there, short, short. Even though we lose in here, the loss is small compared to what we're doing right now. Looks like it's trying to get back up side here, so we'll try to short Amazon again maybe. But anyways, it's your trade of the day. It's on this sticky note, and it's an Amazon short.
Top of the watch list as well. There you go. That's the link to the watch list this morning was big tech. We were discussing the fact that they were all showing a ton of relative weakness once again today. Make sure you grab that. Every single morning, use that link, enter your email address, and you can have that for free. Just seeing note on Carvana. It's not doing anything, down 9% today, but tip ranks coming out saying Carvana could become a more compelling buyout target as the market continues to shrink. So we'll watch CVNA coming through as well. I mentioned earlier that was CVNA, not really doing much. You can see there was a little bit of volume down there that came in. 10% though, wow. To the downside, I mentioned right off the bat there at 2 o'clock, I was going to show you the treasuries. Here's the 10-year back to the upside. This was yesterday. We have the big slide down through 3.2 at the bottom there, 3.32 at the bottom there, back to 3.4 for the 10-year, the 2-year back towards 4.12. The yield markets, guys, not thinking there's going to be an inflation problem going forward. That is for sure. There was a number of different storylines we were discussing as far as big tech was concerned this morning. Talking about job cuts for Amazon, job cuts for Microsoft that came out yesterday, a JPM downgrade, rare downgrade for Apple and price target cut ahead of earnings from all of these over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, look, the earnings are good. The earnings are going to be the story. I think we start with Netflix, and then we're just going to go from there. And it was, I'm not going to talk Amazon because I mean, Shawn already went over Amazon, so I'm going to jump over to what has been a relatively strong one. Now, a lot of the concern with going into the earnings season has been in the advertising side, right? So you hear a lot about, okay, well, Meta could be in trouble if you go into recession, and in a recession, you know, Meta, Alphabet, is the ad spend going to be there? What is that going to look like? Well, those two names have been pretty strong today, and you just got to accept it. Because I came in like I think probably a lot of other people looking at Meta, seeing how bad things were in yesterday's trade and looking at that 134 and saying you just short the 134. It came into 133. I thought I was going to be holding for like 32s. And then I reloaded it, stopped out. Now, I wish I could tell you I flipped into the long early. I did not. I have not gone long till it made this nice little bull flag and broke 136. And that's where I'm at right now. We got 36s to the quarters, to the 70s, and then I'm just reloading in front of 136 to the quarters, this time to the 50s. If you can't beat them, join them. I just wished I'd joined them a little bit sooner on Meta. It's been an absolute beast. They're not the ones reporting, but certainly they're making a run. Alphabet made a good, strong run this morning as well. But yeah, it's just, you have to accept when there is relative strength and relative weakness. Try to make sure that you're going long or at least looking for the longs in something that's relatively strong and avoiding the shorts in something that's relatively strong. And then go and hammer, if you like the shorts, then just hammer the stocks that are relatively weak. That's why I try to go back to, like Intel when I smell weakness there, or like today Roblox and Rivian had a good example of that. But, Meta, super strong. I'm long now, but I wasn't this morning. It was good early, and then that reload, no good. Looks like we're going to get to the high of the day. And this is without the market even going green. Like, if the market gets green, where are we going on Meta? Well, I'll tell you where I think we're going. I think we're going to $137.70. That's last week's high. Didn't just make that up. It's literally last week's high. I think that's where we could get to if the market turns green.
All right, let me answer the question as simply as possible. Big tech in trouble? No, not even close. It's not. I mean, why would we even think that way when Google today? I mean, think about the biggest tech names you could think of. So Google's up 2% today, right? So that's a pretty big name. There's a company called Apple, which is up today as well. That's up 1/4 of a point. So despite the NASDAQ being down here, it's really being weighed down by the next biggest here, Microsoft. Microsoft down 0.83, but nice little rally back here for Microsoft. We tried the short here. Nice little rally back for Microsoft. It was down 2+%. And then you have the next one would be, I don't know, are we talking about chips anywhere? Yeah, chips at the end of the day. So, you know, when you're going to look to see what's in trouble, I feel like you really got to look sector specific here. And to answer the question, big tech in trouble? No, not even close. Meta's up. Amazon, I'm in it, so obviously we just talked about it right there, but it's still down significantly. So I would say it's Amazon that's in trouble right now. We talked about why. Had a problem breaking that $100 right there. A nice downside move, but it's still a nice bounce back from where it was. And then the other name that we have on there, Netflix, we talked about that. This is the only losing stock that I have today, Netflix, by the way, and that's down 1%, but on a huge run that Netflix is, right? So, no, I think big tech is fine. To me, it's more like, you know, we had some negativity. We don't have, Roblox was a banger trade. We're going to talk about that. That should have really been the trade of the day, to be honest with you. But JP Morgan and some of the banks coming in as well. So we're gonna find out, you know, what's really in trouble now. I mean, look at JP Morgan back up 0.77. Let's check out Goldman Sachs here quickly. I'm just trying to find the sectors that possibly are down today. Obviously, tech is going to be down. We see what the NASDAQ is. Tesla's down 0.7 as well. Goldman Sachs off of a bad day yesterday or 2 days ago, I think it was. Nicely rebounding here as well. So yeah, no, I don't think, Brendan, to answer your question, big tech in trouble? Nah, I just think it's one name on there that's a big problem right now, and that's Microsoft. And that was weakness breaking through that 240. I still think there's a much ado, not about nothing, but that chat GPT is pretty awesome. There's no doubt about that. But I don't know if that's enough for Microsoft to be, you know, moving around. And I don't know. It got some nice upside moves there. And right now you're seeing MSFT really just fail. And again, it's the number one name today on our sticky note to short, right? And so we thought that once you failed here, here's the 20 period on this. We broke through 240 and then came right back in. So yeah, it's off the bottoms for sure. And it's nice that we might have made a bottom today, especially on, not a bottom, but it's nice that we bottomed out at 230 there. So that's another key level. Hey man, it's big tech earnings week, I think next week and into the week after. So that's when we really got to sharpen our pencils up and see where tech is going. So for now, I'm going to say no, big tech not in trouble.
Maybe Microsoft would be a little bit better off today if ChatGPT would open their wallet up a little bit further, because they need more resources. It's very, very slow today. Yes, I'm complaining, even though it's a month old. It's crazy how many people are using it. 6.8% right now for Roblox. Back and forth we go here between 33.80 and 33. So yeah, there was a ton of range to deal with here, guys, but pretty sideways overall after the gap down for Roblox.
Oh, we're going to Roblox?
I love Roblox.
Just very quickly, I did just get into NVIDIA, that 170 level on NVIDIA just popped up. I can't do it. This wick just sort of happened. But it got to 169.80. It didn't print 174. I'd be freaking out. But I just grabbed the short in front of it, played to VWAP here, and I'm going to continue to rinse and repeat off that 170 level. But the market is starting to churn back into the upside. I think all roads led to the same thing on Roblox. I was looking at only 2 levels. I think we've been talking about this for a while. The head and shoulders, it's an extreme head and shoulders look on Roblox because it was that clean break when it got through 34 and you had a 32 bottom, short 34. It's pretty simple. I just went the wrong way. 15-minute chart, short 34. And it gives you over and over and over and over again. So I don't think it's that complicated. This was probably one of the easier setups in terms of finding a resistance level and sticking to it. It has yet to really break 33 since the open. That's what I'm going to hold out hope for. But watch out. We're going to talk about the chips last, but they're starting to make a bit of a run. So watch out for that NVIDIA 170. That's a hard stop I have at 170.
Yeah, watch out now. And I just want to say what's up to Fred there, Q. Fred Q, what's up, my guy? There in the chat. Yeah, look, I'm not trying to sugarcoat tech earnings. I said it this morning. Like, it's all about this season right now. Like, this is what we need. They need to show up or put up or shut up, basically. You know, as nicely as I can put it right there. Either tech is going to blow out or it's going to get crushed, and it might be company specific. So I actually think, I'm going to say opposite of you. I think Meta does have a good quarter, and it might be the Microsofts that don't. So let's wait to see. But yeah, Roblox today, man, I mean, honestly, it's one of my best stocks. We hit it 3 times. Well, this is the same trade, short, 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 and just into 34, as simply put as Neil mentioned. And then I gave the professor this trade in the midday show, up to $34 again. And the only reason I knew that is because I was watching it. Ticks up to 34 right there again. We hit it. First out, 60. So that's 30, 40 cents. Next out right there at VWAP. And then again, we got out once it broke higher through 50 again. So a bunch of, some 40s out, a 50 out, and a 60 out. So good trade there for Roblox. Really like it. I think it could continue, man. You know, being a great day trade. This is one that's very nerve-wracking because, you know, they release daily active users and it just bumps up like crazy. And then right now today, right back to the downside on a Morgan Stanley downgrade. So I also wrote down on the sticky note, and this is the ability of being a day trader, right, and being a prop trader. Like I wrote down, maybe I can, I don't know why this is so small. It's still 100%, okay. Was just that right here. Downgrade by Morgan Stanley. I thought 32 had support. Let's test the long. That's what we wrote down here. So from, you know, from looking long on Roblox to making it one of my better trades today short, it's just we didn't get down to 32. So when that doesn't happen and it screams another trade, you make that other trade. And that's just what, like, having tools in your toolbox, so on and so forth. We can talk about as many sort of synonyms, or I don't know what those are, where, you know, you going back and forth like that. But, you know, there's 32. If it ever gets down to there, then that's what we'll wait for, 32 flats. So for right now, pretty happy with the way the trade's been on Roblox. Let's see if it takes, I'm flat now. Let's see if it takes down 34.
I just saw this one pop up, Hertz, with some volume. The CEO apparently on CNBC right now talking about EV demand in the rental industry skyrocketing. So Hertz back to the upside right now on decent volume. Just heads up on that one. Let's talk about these. Not one, but 2 price target cuts for Tesla today. Deutsche Bank and Piper Sandler both with negative notes. This one specifically pointing to deliveries coming in light for this quarter. Just a guess, obviously, as Tesla's going to report next week, but pretty cautionary here for Tesla today.
Yeah, it wasn't the best day for Tesla. Although I will say this, like, if you kind of look at what's been happening off the bottoms, it's been a pretty solid churn. Now, if you were watching the morning show, anybody can make a call and sort of point out the obvious. You actually got to take the trade. If you watch this in the morning, you can have multiple trades on and you're monitoring multiple stocks. There's a limit to how many. Usually I'm like, if I hit 5 or 6, even if like 3 of them are just sort of sitting in the money and they're not that hard to manage, I'm typically not putting something else on. So when Tesla got to 130, I didn't even have my level 2 up because my mind was in a lot of other places at that particular point. That's where the focus was. But that 130 level rejected like a champion. It then bounced off 125. But the recovery's been solid on Tesla. So you look at where we're sitting, and I don't know if I see a trade here because you're in the middle of no man's land, and I'm not sure there's going to be anything there. However, there was something else that happened, and that was Rivian.
I own the stock.
Rivian on the 15-minute, if we can go here. Yeah, Rivian broke this double bottom 1580, 52-week low, and when that flushed, it was just all you could do to just have it. It just died all the way to 1525. I started shorting it again a little bit too early off that 60 level, then again at 70s, but it's now right back to that 1580 where I think this is, you hit a 52-week low, make a fresh low, it's trying to take it again. And if it can't get through this top, I think it's primed to flush. Just be careful because this market is screaming. So I need to see the market turn around to give me confidence to go back into that short. But that was an actual dumpster fire on Rivian when it broke that 52-week low. Bigger move, and I thought, than Tesla just getting flushed. Now, it was almost like a clean dollar and change from the top, but that 1580 break was clean.
Yeah, you guys ain't wrong about this market right now, flying to the upside one more time here. I'll take another little short here on Amazon just to add into it, but yeah, definitely not in love with this move to the upside right now. I just tried to get some more out at 90 there at VWAP, and unfortunately we was right at 90 and it just went to 92 there, so missed opportunity on that. Watch out, man, that's 94.40 move to the upside right there, so that's going to be, ooh man, 94.30 break and we're out. So that was just a dark pool that didn't trigger me in. So all is well on that one. Look, man, I mean, Rivian again, you want to talk about a sticky note trade? I mean, this is literally exactly what we did right here. We went long off 16. We talked about it here again on right here on the sticky note. So this is where we had it. Look, Rivian long. Watch out for the 52-week low of 1580, right? Watch out for the 52-week low and go long. So we did both of those things. This is where you could be wrong and right at the same time. This is a long here, right? Long 16 out, 1630, 1635. Big, huge trade. Test it again. Comes in and breaks. We're gone. So far, so good. Nothing to worry about. Then this is 1580. There's the break of 1580. We have the short. And there's the printing all the way down to 1550, our best out. So that was a great trade again. Then it's come right back up right now. We should have been shorting 1580 again, but unfortunately I missed it. So now we're short at 84. Look at that cash, 75, then a 73, and now we're looking to get out if it breaks up above 90 right now. So to me today, the trade on the EV side of things was Rivian. It was at 52-week lows and broke them. Long first, short after, and that's all she wrote. So thank you for that in the chat, Darwin, and everybody else, man. It's an analogy there.
Yeah.
What we're looking for.
I don't know why it was so hard to figure that out.
That one, but there it is. So another reload here in Amazon at this high spot. We just got 24s right there. So let's see where Amazon goes. I feel like now that we've broken higher, and again, sorry about these wicks on the charts. I can't do anything about them. Nope. Now that we've broken up higher, we'll be getting out here. The futures are now way off, man, way off these levels right now. We broke through that 50. Remember when I was doing the trade of the day, we were down here at this 50 period. Now it's a nice move to the upside. We said we'd want to stay short as long as we were under there, and now we sort of got ourselves caught here. So we're going to get out. If it breaks up above this, it'll be a 12-cent hit, and that's Amazon. I mean, wish we didn't have this hit, but it was down in the money, 30 cents, and I wasn't taking it, so well worth it for me here on AMZN. I get a feeling this is taking it out. We may have to look for longs now, Neil, as this market's starting to rally up, but we do have crypto weakness that Brendan wants to talk about.
Yeah, crypto week no longer. Here is a look at both Bitcoin and Ethereum currently. This is Bitcoin doing its thing back to 21,000, almost 21,100 currently, 21,094. But a nice move up. Here's Ethereum doing the same thing right now, trying to bounce off 1540, 1550 once again. I just saw this one pop up in front of me. Some of the mining related stocks back to the upside. We talked about Hut 8. With Raheem, if you're with us in the pre-market this morning. Here's day highs coming into play right now. So crypto, yeah, weak no longer.
Well, it depends on what you're looking at, because Coinbase is down 2%. It just broke VWAP, but this is the first day in a while that I didn't trade Coinbase. I didn't get Silvergate. And you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm still waiting around for 1270s. And we always talk about being patient for your price. I never got mine in Silvergate. However, the idea to continuously look to short any pop in this name, regardless of how strong crypto is, just find a top and you're going to be good to go. But I didn't have a trade. I just think those two names are relatively weak, and Silvergate more than the rest. This feels like it's headed down toward $10. That's all I can say about there. But I have to update a couple of things. Bed Bath & Beyond, which is one of the two longs I have. Maybe it doesn't care what it doesn't care what the market does, but it broke out at 370. I was short into this, and then I was sort of saying in the midday, I'm like, man, this is going. I know because I'm short. And then that 370, that double top, is where I reversed into the long. Kind of an obvious reverse. I'm looking for $4, but I am out of 80% of it on the way to $4 in this little pullback. If it bounces off 370, I'll likely reload this. This market is now screaming the ES going to go green. Oh yeah. At this point, like it's almost a matter of. It seems like it's inevitable.
Well, the ES and the NASDAQ are both pretty equal. Yeah. We just flushed ourselves down the toilet there on Amazon. It broke. And just like per usual right here, when things break, man, we talk about this all the time. I'm making notes. I am making notes, and I will get better at this, I promise you. We just reverse into the long. Like that was the break spot right there for me. Should have taken it in the long. That's okay. Amazon, very positive and profitable today, as we'll take a 12-cent hit on the last piece. And it's just right there. It's 20s and then 24s out 30. Actually, I think we got 31, so pretty good out right there on that. All right. The professor goes, Shawn, don't look at Netflix, because that was the one stock that I was upset about. But guess what, Professor? I did the exact same thing again. I went long, again, breaking through 324. So let's see now. Netflix, the only one left to go. If this, I mean, there's a few other ones left to go. Microsoft still needs to go as well. But again, this is the only loss that we've had all day today, and it was this Netflix long that we thought it was going to break the high of the day here. Oh, we still talking about, I don't have anything to talk about for crypto, so let me just talk about this quickly because it's a new position here, and then we'll go back over to the board. But yeah, so I took this on this day break again, breaking through 50, so we have 68 long. I don't know, again, another bad fill, but what are you gonna do? We cross up, I guess I gotta put a little bit less. Like right now, the Netflix spread is 30 cents. Well, now it just tightened up, but it was just 30 cents, and now it's 11 cents. So, you know, you're gonna get, there it goes, now it's 25 cents again. So as it goes, you're gonna have to be very, very careful with it. On this one, because Netflix has earnings today, it is going to be a very, very funny. First of all, we have a stuck quote here. Refresh that. You know, now that it has earnings, for me, it has reasons to go back up to the upside here. Let's see if Netflix can get positive. Do you want to be short heading into Netflix earnings? Rhetorical question. Many of you are probably saying yes, but let's see where Netflix goes. It's a nice move to the upside. This time, I don't know, man, maybe 323. Like if we drop below 323 here, we'll take another $1.50 hit, and then I'll just get more mad at Sharif. So let's wait to see what. He brought it to my attention again. You know, I'm just like one of those,
Sharif.
You know, like when you're like a cat and you've got one of those like pointer pens and everything like that, and you put it on the wall, and the cat is like all jumping over it. Well, I got a little excited there about Netflix, and so we're long again. But that's okay. It's okay.
Come on, Sharif.
Okay, serenity now.
Just have some Vegemite and calm down over it.
Come on, Sharif, man. Get that Vegemite in your system, and then you'll maybe can see the stocks look. I gave this guy Roblox. Turns out to be a 70-cent winner. Anyways, my
but
bad.
He didn't say go long.
Whenever you hit the keys, it's your own responsibility.
Yeah.
So it's all good. We're going to give it back to 323. Just give it another shot. Let's give this a shot in the arm, see if the NASDAQ wants to go. Neil and I just said we thought they were going to go green today, so let's see if that is a possibility here into the close for Netflix. Well, we'll watch out for 323. One more average in. It's not a huge position, but still, loser is a loser. Let's watch out for Netflix coming back into 323.
Yeah, fireworks to come after the close, obviously, with earnings. So we'll talk about Netflix, I'm sure, most of the day as well tomorrow. NVIDIA just popping back up on volume, back through 170.50 on decent volume there. Overall, kind of range bound, though, 2% to the downside for NVIDIA, along with, as we saw, it was the clean energy-related chip stocks that were leading as far as the semiconductor group this afternoon, SEDG, Enphase, even First Solar, all downside 3+%, where NVIDIA, AMD is still chopping around that 2% area. I mentioned this morning, if you're with us, that article I was reading regarding AI and chip demand going to skyrocket over the next couple of years as more and more processing needed, ChatGPT today, with chips for AI to come, guys.
So with that, you'll see.
I'm a little upset about this chat.
I'm no longer short NVIDIA. I got stopped out at 170. It's right at 170 now, but I am still short Intel, and Intel's still red on the day. I didn't change it to from the bear to the bull. I don't want to jinx it this close to green, so I'm gonna leave that for now. But I am still short Optus 28.70. I was short this morning. We got all the way down to like 28.25. Now that we're back up there, I actually have a 60 short, 61. I mean, round up. I actually have a 60 half short, but it says 61 because it rounds up on our system. If it breaks 70, I'm out. I'm just going to get out of Intel. It's one of the last ones I got in here.
Yeah, why don't you tell everyone what's going to happen?
I'm going to tell you guys what's going to happen because I was talking a lot of trash about these guys eating or not eating the Vegemite, which it's very salty and it's actually apparently good for you. It's like an Australian thing or
I would slow down on the good for you
However,
part.
well, that's what I was told. I was told it's very good for you. However, Fahad went to Timmy's and is bringing me an apple fritter. So I'm like, the least I could do is spread some Vegemite on the apple fritter. There's no way that can taste bad because
that's right.
Apple fritter, it's like the greatest pastry of all time.
We love the midday show guys, but they're a little scared to do things.
Yeah, they don't want to do things. They're like, oh, I don't want to eat the Vegemite on air.
I don't want to eat the chip. I don't want to eat Vegemite on air. Like Vegemite is like the national spread of Australia.
He said he didn't want anything.
On air, Sharif, professor, right there.
You never responded.
What?
He has a coffee right.
What is it? What is
I
what?
don't know. I said, yo, give me something. I don't order coffee, so I think it's like.
So thank you, Fahad. I mean, much appreciated. Fahad went to Tim Hortons, got me a coffee when I didn't ask, but thank you so much for that. And he just told the guy at the desk, yo, I want a coffee. You think the guy would give it black. Instead, I think this is like loaded with cream and everything, which I don't.
If somebody says,
damn it, if there's sugar in this, I can't even have it.
No, but the default is to make it black, and then a person can choose whatever they want. All right.
That's fine. I used to drink it with one sugar, but now that once you don't have sugar in like everything, I feel like you know, you get used to it and you don't want to have. I'll taste it.
See, there's the Vegemite. It looks terrible.
This is. We've had it before on the show, though, me and you. We had it on Crackers before. Let me see what this says. All right. Go to the double shot.
I hate
Vegemite.
Vegemite.
It doesn't matter. Of course you hate Vegemite. Nobody likes Vegemite.
It's terrible.
Okay, it's
Even
essential.
on an apple fritter,
I need
it
that-
still tastes like crap.
You want me to eat this whole thing? Essential for brain function.
Vegemite.
Right now.
Oh, I thought I should take
I need
more
to eat more of
trades
this. It has B1, B2, and B3s. That's about all that it says in here. Made in Australia. See, there you go.
Yeah, it's Australia.
95% Australian ingredients. It has
Wow.
165 milligrams of sodium per serving.
then. That's ridiculous.
Yes, he does. Randy does.
Oh, give me a break.
There
I
you
just
go.
got stopped out of Intel, too.
Cheers. So that's courtesy of Fahad.
Thanks, Fahad. At least I got this.
All right. You can mix. Don't put Vegemite in your coffee. Here, let's put that there because now we're gonna shout out to Russell Jackson, the bacon man. I'll never forget that guy. He super chatted us so many times. Bacon is his jam there. So shout out to you, R.J. Russell Jackson. He sent in. I think he may have had a thing for Valeria. May not had a thing there.
Did you
but
say may?
May or may not have had a thing there for Valeria.
There's
so
no may about that.
That's why we got all that coming through. But all right. The professor's still going to be employed regardless of what happens here. But Netflix just did come down there, and we did get a fill there at 323. Let me give you my exact price there, 40. Not a great fill right here. We basically just got it.
Chill Netflix.
Yeah, chill Netflix. But it's going to, I think it wants to break. Breaks down through 323, man. We're going to be gone on this
But the
one.
market's screaming.
Yeah, the market's going, this is why I'm most upset. Market going up right now, and we once again don't have the right name on board here for Netflix as that's breaking out to the high side one more time. Amazon did fade out. I'm not even going to worry about Netflix. Either goes or it doesn't. Amazon having a problem despite the market being at highs right now. So watch out for Amazon up here. I don't want to double touch that now. We've already gotten hit on that name, so let's back off of it just a little bit here. But look at this, man. Apple, we talked about that one. Now breaking through 136. I like this one. How's that apple fritter there? I'll talk to you after as you're eating it. I know that's your favorite Danish, or pastry, I guess, as it goes. That's the bet. If you guys don't, I know there's Tim Hortons around in the United States as well, but I don't know if they have apple fritters there. I would just say that is the tastiest.
It is so good.
Like for what they have there.
And Fahad knows,
Yeah.
I literally cannot say no. If someone goes to Tim Hortons like, yo, you want an apple fritter?
Yeah, it's a yes.
I'm like, I'm working out tonight. I probably shouldn't. I definitely shouldn't. And then it's like, yeah.
It's only 5,000 calories.
Just
It'll be
give it to
fine.
me. I got to see what workout I'm doing tonight, though, and step it up maybe.
Yeah, step it up. Yeah, because of that. Yeah.
So you know what? I'll tell you this about. I have not seen the inside of an actual gym since I had an ex that was a trainer, and I got to work out at that gym for free. And then I worked out at university. We could work out in the gym for free, but I ain't paying for ish. I work out at home with my own dumbbells, and I used to make my own workouts. But now with YouTube, I love anybody that gives stuff for free on YouTube like we do. And there's a channel where you can just find workouts that are provided for you, and I just do one of those.
Right.
And they have a thing every single day. And that way, I can't chintz out. It's like, I don't feel like doing legs. Now the damn thing that I'm getting for free tells me to do legs, so you go ahead and do it. So I have a deep appreciation for people that give stuff away for free on YouTube, which obviously we do as well. The only thing we ask for is make these guys wear crazy stuff and hit the like or the subscribe, which is...
we do get paid a ridiculous amount of huge money from... Not at all. From YouTube, every time you guys see one of those commercials coming through, it's like
We need a sponsorship
a
for them.
millicent. Does that even matter? Right there. Yes, everyone loves Tim Hortons. I don't love it. I don't mind. The coffee's not. No, the coffee. I'm talking about.
Oh, the coffee.
I grabbed an Americano from there. I don't prefer the coffee as much. There's one basically attached to our work here, so that's why you'll hear all that. All right, we were going to talk about the chips a little bit. That was on the board. I don't have any chip trades. You talked a little bit about NVIDIA.
I did. I
think.
showed NVIDIA. I got
You
stopped
did.
out.
Yeah, you got stopped out on
I
NVIDIA.
just got stopped out of Intel. It's a good thing I'm getting the fritter, man, because all my shorts are gone now.
Well, the market's going to go green, so I don't, which is crazy because here I am about to get stopped out of
I
Netflix.
can't even see the garbage.
Netflix is about to stop out.
I'm going
if
blind.
you like the long now, I don't know. Do we take one more shot here long and then just get out when it breaks on Netflix? Professor's saying no, so I'm going to do it. All right, we're going to take, we're Oh man, I hate this job.
Sharif, man.
I hate this job.
Stop making him.
Stop making me do that. Oh, God, here it goes. It's going to break right now. No, I'm just playing around. I mean, you guys, I know, there it goes. It broke and we got out. We still hold a little bit small piece, but there it is again. So we only have one losing stock today, honestly. We've traded Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Netflix. Qualcomm, I didn't even get to tell you guys about that I had an accident out on Qualcomm. Qualcomm has been a monster for me today. RIVN, I mean, that just speaks for itself. But anyways, look at this Qualcomm trade. You guys want to talk about a name that I don't normally trade. Look at this bottom here, Qualcomm. 1750. Like, we had that long out 18s, 1820, came right back in, we reloaded it. Look at that out. This is why, like, you guys can talk about, and then this is what I mean, like, trade your own book, because like a lot of things that happen, this has happened during, I'm not even on the show, I'm sitting here, we're having our salad, so on and so forth. This was a dollar move out of nowhere on Qualcomm. That bottom there is 1750, right up to VWAP is 1850. So even some of these 50 cents, $1 right there out of nowhere. Sucks to give it back, obviously, as we sit here and lose money on Netflix, but that Qualcomm trade was a banger for sure, and that was
Roblox
one that's
34.
Down on the day. Roblox back up to 34.
Okay, it's close. It's not.
Yeah, not really, but
close.
I'm out of this one already. I don't want to reload. The market's already up. I feel like I want to only find longs right now. We've broken above some levels. We are well up here on the NASDAQ right now, up 0.3, 0.34. Pretty much only addicted to these longs right now. This RIVN trade, what? Oh, that should have came out once it broke 90, so I'm just going to put something on the bid now of RIVN. I thought we had an order to get out once that breaks 90, but I guess not. So we'll just put something on the bid and get out of RIVN here. That's going to be, again, we're short of 85. We'll take a 5-cent hit here. We took more, there we go. We took more than that on the out. There we go, just printed everything at 90. And now we are out of RIVN. So no positions other than a small one left on Netflix. Want to hold it for a little bit, as I feel like it just came down into the right price. And unfortunately, I just wasn't at that price before. Like, it just came down. Let's hold it a little bit now. We're not too far out of the money. Maybe there's a chance it can get back up to the upside today into the close, especially if the market rallies. So let's just give it a little bit more room here on Netflix, but it's still a disastrous trade there.
So I'm going to talk meta in a second here, but yeah, Fahad's got something set up, because you might have seen, like, I had the wrapper from my fritter, like this thing, and I tried to like blind shoot it to our garbage can and missed, because I can't even see it. You can see kind of the garbage can around the corner there, but I can't see it from here.
I can hit that.
So now he's like, do this and shoot this, and now I have this stupid, silly shot. But just 1 second, because Meta just rejected yesterday's high.
Yo, let me give that to
Here,
you,
you take that. Meta just rejected yesterday's high. I'm putting a trailing stop in right now. Shawn's shot is, go for it. Oh. Short. Okay,
just a bit
fire
outside.
that back here, Fahad, because I want to make my shot in a second. But I'm just going to put a trailing stop in here, because we just got to yesterday's top on Meta, almost to the penny, and pull back here. So I want to give it to like 136, probably the 3/4 mark, and then just see if it can go. I'm not as completely convinced that we can't reverse here on the day. Like, I'm not changing it to the bull yet, but I'll take my shot in a quick second, because we now have both of them.
I'm going to try again. You really got to give it a go here. Nah.
That's good. That's no good, yeah.
Oh! Remy, no! Chris Mullen. Damn it, missed that shot.
Mullen doesn't miss, man.
Yeah, I know. You know, the thing is, at least we weren't 10 feet wide shooting it from 10 feet away.
Yeah. Who was the guy?
Fahad.
We went to the Nets game. We went to the Nets game, and Fahad's like, yo, Joe Harris is like, that guy's just buckets from three.
And then he shot like 4 in a row.
And the guy was like 0 for 6 on the game. No, Joe Harris is a good shooter.
Oh, yeah.
But like the second he said it, Joe Harris, brick. Joe Harris, brick. I'm like, oh, come on, Fahad.
Fahad remembers that too. That's the best part.
Basically, I'm like, Shaquille, you have no...
I'm just glad we found a use for the green screen.
Yeah.
I mean, that was great. All right, market's starting to rally back again here. I mean, I don't know, the best three-point shooter in the league.
Shawn has a good shot, by the way.
Seth Curry.
Seth is, I think
he's leading this year. Not Steph, Seth.
You had a hoop on the driveway, and Shawn had the shot.
I'm disappointed I missed that.
On our midget, I've told the story like a million times. On our midget basketball team, we were losing to a garbage team that we should have been beating. We're down 1 point, and I'm doing the inbounds. Grant Hill, I'm not making this shit up. Grant Hill baseline, we're in like grade 9 or whatever. Yeah. Grant Hill baseline to Shawn at the top of the circle. He does a turnaround game.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Ball game.
And then I did that hit.
Hill to late.
And remember everyone wanted to go away, and I got that clutch hit.
Well, you weren't supposed to win. You weren't supposed to win that game.
No. Oh, that had the distance. You might get this. Yeah, nice.
But I'm closer.
Nice. Yeah,
I'm
you're closer.
I'm
That was
closer.
good. And I think that was a bigger. Was that a bigger one? Was
No,
that
what it was bowled a little bit better.
Yeah,
See,
yeah,
the key
good
is
shot.
when you do a shot like that, it's like you
need to
have
have the
to really,
weight.
you got to really compress it for the weight,
need to
right?
have
Like
the
you're
weight.
not shooting a basketball there.
Fahad,
but,
one more try. You come over here. I want to see.
Oh,
Fahad
there was a
one more time.
poll. I didn't notice the poll.
What's the poll?
It says who
Oh,
will make
no.
it first. Well, I can't vote now. That's stupid.
There's about a 5-foot difference there, but I'll try it
I'm
again.
gonna move
But
my
I want to see
trailing
Fahad
stop
try again. Now I want to see
'cause-
Fahad try from where we are here as we go. Okay. I don't have it, man.
It's here. It's here.
Here comes Fahad.
The market's still flying, by the way.
Here we go.
Just so you know.
Yeah, well, Netflix ain't flying. All right. No eyes
Don't
closed.
close your eyes, fool.
Oh, that was close.
What's
That
up
was
now,
close. That
Fahad?
was close. That was
I'll
close.
talk about it.
What's up now, Fahad? What's up now?
Yo, what's up with the ball cam over and over
what's up,
again?
Fahad?
I'm just
What's up,
gonna
Fahad?
shave my head at some point if you guys keep putting that shot in.
I thought you were gonna do that anyways.
Eventually, my wife doesn't like it, so it's
Wife
a
doesn't
a
like
matter of time, man. Hey, happy wife, happy life. My daughter loves the bald head, but my wife's not a
That
huge,
sounds like
huge
good
fan
enough.
of it.
Good enough reason for me.
It's good.
Okay, so here comes Netflix again to the downside. Damn it. And this is the thing, right? Like, you don't need to be in names. You don't need to be trading, right? So we're going to wait here. We're out of the money $1 on this trade, breaking through 322. Again, look at Netflix. Market going up, Netflix going
Fabric.
down. So basically, Fabric, someone just said.
In your face.
The thing about Fahad is, at least
bang.
if things don't work out here, he can, start building homes.
Yeah, but he's gonna be like the captain of our Bay Street Hoops team, so we need you making shots,
Yeah,
bro.
no one ever said that team's going to be any good.
It won't be.
But
I suck, so
yeah,
yeah.
I can't wait for the Bay Street Hoops, man.
I'm coming
That's
off the
gonna-
bench on that team.
That's
for-
going to be the best.
That's for sure. Bay
there.
Street is kind of like Bay Street here in Canada is like Wall Street. Well, obviously smaller, but they do like a charity basketball tournament every single
Slightly
year.
smaller.
So Trader TV, like we're looking to enter a team, just have some fun with it because Fahad thinks he's basically
Yeah.
LeBron James.
Not
And,
thinks he
Luka
is.
can play a little bit. We'll get some guys and throw it. It's for charity, so we'll just do it in the summer. But I'm not sure how good we're gonna actually be because there's legitimate ballers that went to school down south and now work for banks here in Canada.
But Fahad said that he should be playing, what was it, single, double A or triple A, NCAA?
He said some AAA nonsense.
Oh, NBA.
He's like, I was like AAU. I played
Right.
with NBA players.
Right,
This is all out of
right.
Fahad's mouth. My friends
I
say I
should be
pass
an
like
NCAA.
he passes like LeBron James. That's what he says.
Fahad could probably make the NBA if he tried.
I agree.
Yes.
Of course you
He
agree.
agrees.
Let's go, Meta.
He agrees. Let's go. I should be long Meta. I mean, this market is absolutely blasting. Let's go.
Okay,
Go.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna. Maybe now I'll change it. Maybe now because I don't think it's.
But I
jinxing
think
it.
it's the same percentage as it was before.
I know, but last time it got up here, I was like, yeah, I don't want to jinx it, but I think we're gonna get there. I think we get
Everything
there.
I'm seeing is
I think we
pointing
get
to
there.
possibly a short right now. That's
Don't
the
say
problem.
that.
No. I mean, what? Like, Meta's one of my favorite stocks. I mean, I'm long in my own account.
Let's go.
Netflix, Meta, all this crap. Google, everything. You guys already know that. Apple breaking out as well. You know what, man? Maybe it's just Tesla. Maybe it's Tesla that you just wait for it to go green and then ride it up through this 129. I don't know if that will turn it green or not, but it's only down 0.4% right now, Tesla. I mean, we could find out what will turn it green. Yeah, basically, 129. I mean, the close yesterday is right here, 129. So you break through 129, you'll be close enough to green for Meta, and then we could see for Tesla, and then we'll see what happens right there. That's not a bad break though, 130. I still think we got to wait for the 130 break. It seems like it's too heavy of a top there. It came into play here again, and then came into play this morning when the market was ripping. Not ripping, but it started to rebound there a little bit in the morning, and Tesla was on fire, and then it just hit that 130 and stopped, and then went immediately down $5. So let's wait to see. For now, right now, Tesla's riding this 50 period on the way back up. So yeah, just thinking about dropping back down now. So like I said, like this to me isn't setting up for a long. I mean, you could take it off this, but it's making, there's the high, there's the next high. Now we're making new highs, lower highs as we go. So I don't know. I'm not in love with any setups right this minute, right now.
Yeah, I'm going to trail this on because we got so close to this high. I keep moving my trail higher and higher on Meta, and now I'm going to move it to the 20 mark because we just got to 137.50, and the week's high, like last week's top, was 137.70. So it feels like that's going to be enough. We've already scalped some out. We've reloaded it a couple of times here. I think this could be. I know we just turned it to a bull, and it's like turn it to the bull, and I think we're getting to the high of the day on Meta. I reloaded Bed Bath & Beyond, by the way. So I reloaded it in front of 70s, but I got like 74s here. I should have waited actually for like 71 or 72. It doesn't matter that much, but a couple of cents there when you want to take 10, 20, that actually does make a bit of a difference. So I was kind of sloppy with it. But if we get a bounce back up toward the highs, I'll see if I can't get it back into that 390. Just like to play that that reversal. Like, you have a pretty clean reverse there off that double top, and I just want to see if that resistance can turn into a double bottom for support. I am now out of Meta, so we ring the register on that long.
Nice,
At some point, you had to. Like, I was shorting Meta this morning. I really wasn't looking for the long until way too late. But you know what? In trading, it's really never too late to join a good, strong trend. There's always going to be a high, but at the end of the day, like 1 o'clock, 1:30, if it's going to go, it's probably still fine to join it a little bit late, especially when it gives you a solid entry at a good level like this did at 136. But I wish I was a little bit less stubborn about it and maybe join at 135 or 34. But hindsight is always going to be 20/20. The last short that I got on here, if we're not going to break out the top, then, Roblox is right back here. I'm on the offer at 88, but doesn't seem to want to print there. I have 83 short. That's generally been one of the better prices you could get, like the 83 to 85. So if that's all you can get is the 80s, I might nibble in here on Roblox. I want to save some room to be able to add in front of 34. But if we turn from here, Roblox has been good at this level almost all day long. Might as well go back to the well. It's like, you do it until it stops working sometimes, especially if we're not going to break the top. I like this Roblox. I know at least I'm going to be wrong here. Instead of diddling in the middle, shorting on like NVIDIA at 170, I got the high here that I'm shorting on Roblox.
Yeah, I mean, I love that Roblox trade for sure. I'm thinking, like I said, trying to think about some longs here, seeing what's going to come into play again today. I mean, maybe just the TQQs. I mean, if you're going to set up, with the market, maybe I shouldn't just be looking for stocks. Let's just find something like the market. So this is a triple indexed Q's name. So it's going to be triple gain. So how they do that is with options and things like that. They buy out of the money option calls and puts, weigh them against each other, but triple it levered to the long side. So you're going to get a much different reaction here to the market versus how aggressive it is in the market compared to otherwise. Just looking, hold on a second. I was watching out for this Netflix here as it's trying to go. All right, so 1925 there, 1930. Oh, man. All right, so it's just, again, I'd like to see this break here, 1914 to the downside there for the TQQs as you're all the way up here. Where are we on the 20-minute chart? Still here, 1940. DXY, NASDAQ it keeps on trying to get green and not going right now. NVIDIA, I mean, you know where NVIDIA is, man? It's at, I don't know where you got stopped out at, but it's just
70.
at 170. Is that where you got out at?
Yep.
Yeah, so this, oh man, just looking at this, yeah,
That could go.
It sucks when that happens, but right there, 170.50, yeah, I don't know. I'm just not in love with any of these trades, man, and unfortunately, that's just what it is right now for me. I don't really see anything. It's pretty choppy right here. I think a lot of people are just waiting. It's not a big, huge earnings day, but it does have Netflix.
Go long.
I should have just been short AMD.
Just market Bed Bath & Beyond up 10 cents. That'd be. I'm 100% kidding about that. Obviously, we don't really like team trading is actually like illegal. Like you can't do that kind of a thing, which is why we just sort of say this is our idea. This is what we're looking for.
You're trying to get us.
This
in
is
trouble?
where my stop is going to be. No, I'm all kidding aside, right? And I told you guys I like that 370. I was shorted, I lost. I was saying the stock looks strong when I'm shorting the darn thing. Like, and when I was talking in the morning show, when the midday show was going on, I was short this into 370, saying, man, this looks pretty strong. That 370 is pretty big. And I lost shorting it, but it looked really strong, so we had to do the reverse. I just got some out in front of 80. I'll do the same thing at 85 if it wants to go. But I'll give you one here. And look, a lot of people keep talking about this GNS. And we talk about big cap, small cap. This has been a good one today. And I had that short off two into the down halt, and it was all well and good. And then I was short in front of two the second time, and I reversed into a long. They did when I say they, I don't mean anybody in specifically, probably algos or some whales. They really got everybody good on the two long. Because what essentially happened on the reopen, I know Luca talked about this, but it was dirty. It reopened above two, so everybody looking for that breakout trade at the double top went into an up halt. So you're long at like 201, 203. It halted at 208. So somewhere in there you have a long. The obvious lazy stop is to put a stop at 2 even when it opens back up. So what happens? Everyone has their stops at 2. It runs up just high enough so that the down halt band becomes 199, which means on that break to the downside, like nobody can actually hit the bid lower than that price if it goes into a halt. So you're trying to jam and it just does not fill, and then it goes into a cascading series of moves down to 150. It was like right to that, got high enough just so 99 would be the bottom of that band, and to me that's like a dirty move knowing that's going to happen. It's a good reason to have an idea where the halt bands might be because you might move your out just a little bit there, but that's a dirty stock. I don't think it's that interesting for me unless you get the 150s. Or when you pop the daily chart up, I was kind of looking for a push into $3 where I thought that would be kind of the spot. I thought there was room to 3. That's why I like the long off of 2. I'm not sure it can take out that 215, 2/4 to get there, but there's still some time left in the day. It's not even power hour yet.
Valid point. Yeah, power hour is upon us in a minute. Netflix broke 322 there. We got out, but again, not. You already know the damage on that one. Not a good trade there for Netflix. As I don't know, you watch now, it's probably gonna like rally like crazy now that I'm out of it. So we'll check back and let's just check quickly on it.
That's how they
do. So there it is, man. It just got me out at 322. Now you're back to 331. So yeah, 30 cents there. But whatever. It went into the money for me on this trade, and we didn't take it out. Like it went back up to 323. So, we didn't take it out. Lesson learned on that one. But we have a new position right now that is right now failing and going to the downside right here. So we are now 25 cents in the money on this NVIDIA trade. Let's see where it goes. I just went over to it with Neil there, talked about it. It's breaking VWAP right now, and we just shorted it again. Broke that 50 period. I don't know if you guys can see that. Broke that right there, 50 period. Now some downside move here for NVIDIA. This has been a pretty choppy market. How did that go? 45? Let's put a 46 or so bid there. What is that bottom wick? 45, yeah. So, all right, whatever. It was just in the money there, 30 cents. Let's see if we can't get it again now to the downside here for this name. So we're going to wait for NVIDIA. And again, our outs are going to be pretty simple. I mean, that up there is 170.50. That's a little bit too high. I'm thinking 25s is our out here for NVIDIA. So if it gets back up into the 25 area, that's where we'll get out for NVDA. But until then, man, let's just hold out on it and see where we go. So now we have that bid. We will average in around 170 flat, and then that will be that up to 170.25. Get a little bit of a hit there if we have to. Hopefully we do not, but that's going to be my plan of action here for NVDA with a bid down there at the bottom of that wick. We just zoomed it in for you guys. That wick was 45. So if we can get that again, we'll take it on NVIDIA.
Here comes 34 on Roblox. It's about to break. It's going to test it right now. If it does break and put a wick top, I don't mind re-entering the trade on a bit of a failed breakout, but I always like to have a hard stop. The first time through, maybe even the second time through, I might not go with like an auto stop at a 34 even level. I might give it a little bit of room. But the fourth time into a strong market, no, I'm just going to get out. It has to look really weak for me to jump back into it. This market is super strong. I got to find back into maybe Meta here because I know that's super strong. But I'll get this out of the way because I was asked once this morning and I said it. I gave you guys the answer and I'll say it again because I have this position. CNCE is being bought for $8 in cash. There is a $350 CVR contingent value right based on sales of their baldness, I just pointed my own head, baldness treatment, but it's not going to move anywhere. Look at this. This is just all market making, taking spread, getting in and out, and it's really not that crazy of a trade. And probably not something that most people are going to be able to do because if you don't have direct market access, you're not going to CNC. You're not really going to sit around like waiting for fills, getting paid a rebate, only trying to take 1 cent at a time. And there's lots of liquidity. Like the offer has just tons of shares everywhere, and that's why it doesn't really move all that much. So you will see me from time to time get in and out of these things, and we have our position board up. It shows what we're trading, so we'll always have full transparency there. RBLX, where are you going to go? That's the real question. And of course, after I get out of Intel, I got stopped out. It's starting to roll back over. So it needs to hold below that 28.70 for me to want to jump back into it, but it could get to that point. If the futures don't go green, there's a long way to pull back.
Man, Netflix is up to 323 now, so it looks like we got stopped out $1 lower
Seriously?
than where it is right now. Yeah, we just went back up to the upside. It's funny because the market's not
Sharif.
doing anything, and there's Netflix right
I just
now.
blame Sharif.
Yeah, we could blame Sharif for sure, but it's my own fault. Like, I don't know what I was even doing
Is it,
here on
though?
Netflix. Like, just back the same mistake. It's almost exactly the same trade. Again, that's messed up one more time. But okay, here we go. That's okay. We're off of it. And this is what happens. Look what happens when you start to trade something a little different right now. Look at NVIDIA. as per usual. Nice V there, nice little victory for that move all the way to the downside. We'll see if it continues. We do need more shares though. If it does come up, we'll take some more near 170. I'm holding this the rest of the day. Forget about it. It's down 2.4. If the market does come down, then yeah, we'll hold this. I still think that we can get to the 200 period, which is only 169. So that's flat. That's why I think we can go a lot lower than that. So let's see if that does happen. Re-engaged in a trade that's been printing us pretty much all day, and that is our boy Amazon. We will, again, because we're in chop mode, you don't see me taking like 10 cents too much on the first show because, again, there's lots happening in the market, and I don't need to be as scared of the moves. But right now, we're in that zone of sort of scalp mode, right? I mean, the market's not really moving too much here. We might think it is, but it's not. When we first talked about it, it was 0.37. Now it's 0.38. That was 20 minutes ago. It's been doing absolutely nothing here since 1 o'clock, or since 2 o'clock, sorry. So this whole hour is right here. I mean, sure, it started down there, and now you're here. But, for the last 40 minutes, pretty much doing absolutely nothing right here. So Amazon will put some bids for a dime. NVIDIA is still right there. So that's a good trade. But we can't ignore Brendan because something is happening now. Fahad.
Why was Fahad laughing?
Into the final hour we go, guys. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you take a second, hit the like, and subscribe to the channel. We are getting ever so close to 375,000 subscribers, still about 28 to 30%, specifically in the afternoon. If you're new, hit subscribe. Here we go, a red board still, 0.28 to the downside right now for the S&P 500, 0.34 for the Dow. The Russell, 0.5% for the 2,000 there leading. Look at the NASDAQ, though, trying to get back to the upside. This was a full percent or more at one point today, so nice bounce back to the upside. Speaking of, Apple was on our minds this morning. JP Morgan with a price target cut. Very rare. Negative cautionary note on Apple. Coinbase and Roblox were discussed as well. There it is. Positive on the day. Finally, guys, getting back to day highs for Apple.
Everything I have is to the downside over here. It's weird. The majority of my graphics, the decent ones, are all like, falling tree, gates of hell, flushing down the toilet.
Like nothing is long?
I know. It's like I have the arrow up, I've got the power up, which is kind of bullish, and then I've got this thing. There we go. There's the bull running. Because this long is working on Bed Bath & Beyond. We reloaded off 370. We just got back up to 390. I do want to hold out for that move into $4 because when you zoom out, $4 is the obvious interesting line in the sand. I don't have to tell you this. This is not a fundamental play. This is a pure momentum play. When you have a volume bottom like this, oftentimes it can lead to a good bullish move. I did short it initially, which sucked. Wish I had only gone long. I mean, that's an easy long to say in retrospect, but I think it's an easier long when it confirms it up there at 370. So that's why we have it. I am back in Intel. It's back beneath that 2970. So that does fit the parameters. And that Roblox finally breaks that 34. Hard reversed at 01s. It got to 10s just there. I mean, my thing says 35.89 is a high because of this crazy wick, but really, this is now a fresh high on the day in Roblox. So if the market does take the top, that's a pretty significant level break. And we've been talking about this time and time again. The more ridiculous the level is, or the better the level is, the more important the level is. In a strong market, I should want to reverse on a level like that. So, it was good at 34. We've broken it now, long 01s. I'll probably reload this once or twice and even give it to like 33.80s here just to see how far we can go because this market is trying really hard to take out this top. And if it does, I got this nice line at 39.50. So maybe that's a level or something. I feel like sometimes I draw a line when Arun says something and leave it in there just to see what happens. So we'll see what happens if we get to that 39.50. But we got to break the top first.
Yeah, it's got to get. Again, we just left for 5 minutes and came back, and the market is still at the exact same percentage there. So just in case you guys are following on this Amazon trade, you can see right here on the chart what we're kind of dealing with. It's 94.50. That's going to be the high right there, and we'll take the trade into that level. Hopefully it doesn't bust out on us, but if it does, we take one more short into the 94.40. So we're waiting there for 10 cents. Give us a little bit better of a positioning, right? And that's the one thing about trading. to me, we always have great ideas. I mean, every single day I can show you. We're only red on one stock, right? Netflix. But it's about position sizing and waiting and being patient, right? You have to have those good trades in your book. And honestly, it's like you got to wait and try to be specific on what levels you're looking for and what your opinion is on not just the market, but like relative strength versus relative weakness. Things like that all matter. And it's like when the market's choppy like this, you don't need to be trading. And I said this earlier, the market's literally open every day besides holidays and weekends, which I wish, that's why crypto's so good, right? Crypto don't care about no holidays. You know, wait for your opportunity. You don't need to like get in there and buy and sell like crazy. That doesn't have to happen, right? So be patient, wait for your levels, and wait for some names to come in, right? So right there, as we just spoke, we just got NVIDIA at 170 flat is where my order was. So now we're in this trade. Our average price is 92 right now. That's the price I have. So if this goes down, you know, we're targeting again much lower. I mean, our last bid was 169.50. Wouldn't mind taking that again. But where's my out? I believe I put it there. Yes, I did. Breaking of 25. So right there, if we zoom in here a little bit, I don't ever take a trade unless I have an out. So right there, I just don't want to give it all the way to 50. I don't want to give it 25 more cents. Not in this market, because I think I could get Netflixed. And what I mean by that is it breaks the bottom or the top. I get out, and then that's that. And then it goes back to the upside. That's happening to Netflix right now. It's 80. That trade would be 80 cents in the money, and now I already got out, right? So watch out for that. I don't want to test the top. I want to just get out if it breaks there and take a 20. What am I long? 92? Sorry, short 92s. That would be a 30-cent hit, right? So if we take a 30-cent hit, we take a 30-cent hit. Let's take a 30-cent win on the first piece. Short 90s means out 60s. Let's put a bit of NVIDIA near that 60 level and get this ratio where we need it to be at 1-to-1. Here it is, right there, just came right in. That's pretty much good enough. One more, if that stops at 65, damn it, Sharif, I'll be even more upset right now.
What did Sharif do? What did he do now?
Yeah, Sharif.
Wow, Sharif.
No, he ain't done nothing. Let's see. So right there, we just put it on. Anyways, we just touched 65. It was a 35-cent winner. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see if NVIDIA continues to fall now. It just stopped at 65, though. I'm going to put my bid to 65.
Poor Sharif, man. Sharif putting in that work. He has to wear. I don't even know who's wearing which costume, to be honest. You guys can let me know. Getting those likes on the midday show, and then he has to... bear the brunt of Shawn's anger. But I see a lot of people talking about Coinbase here off the 50 level. It's at 49.50. That's a nice psychological number, don't get me wrong. But if you look at what's going on today, it hasn't respected 50 at all. Right, like this is a break of 50 that gets to 50 half, another break that gets to 51. You have a lower high here, shy in the 49.75 range. So really, what you're sort of seeing is that 50, it's not even the level. Like 49.75 is a level and 51's a level. So I don't mind. Like I don't think it's a bad idea to be looking for resistance up here. I'm just not sure 50 is where the stop out would be if I was making the trade. I want to look to add on Meta, but I have to ask, not Meta, sorry, Intel, but I got to ask myself what I want to do here the third time through on Bed Bath & Beyond. Typically, if I thought the market's rolling over off the highs, I might not want to go dip buying at VWAP 3 times in a row. So I'll let it get down here, see if it holds first before I just jump on the bid in front of said Bed Bath & Beyond. And then Roblox, that breakout that never went any further than 34.13. It's right back on the bid. I might give it a little bit more room. No, I'm sitting in front of the 90s there. So I wanted to look back to about 80s. So I'm going to go to like 88 here and try a little bit of a dip buy. I just want to give this a chance to really go past that level. Like if we're going to go topside here, I think the risk to reward can work. I just want to find something that looks explosive. And once that level was broken, there's always a chance you could have big follow through. I want to go to Alibaba because usually I'm going to tempt fate. This chart, that chart's messed up. Okay, that's a bit annoying here. I don't know. Yeah. Either way, maybe my 15-minute will show you this. There we go. That's fine. Alibaba has a huge wall at 117. You had a top there yesterday. You had kind of like a head and shoulders deal there before. And then you have a double, triple, quadruple top. This is legit. Each one of these actually came to 117 this morning. So this is all kinds of resistance. A lot of times the Chinese ADRs don't move that much in the afternoon. So breaking out or breaking past a huge level can be difficult. This I want to be shorting in front. Like if this gets any higher, I think I want to start building a position in front of that 117. I saw some people talking about it, and I was like, oh yeah, BOBA 117. I remember that from earlier this morning. So good luck to you guys. Another reason I love the community, because nobody can track everything, but with all of us here watching the market, we're not going to miss much.
Awesome. Yeah, for sure, guys. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, what was awesome is that, again, we just did that whole speech about being patient, waiting for your trade, right? So we found Amazon. We gave it up to this 94.50. It's now starting to print. You can see we're short 25s. It's the same trade that we've had. That was a short 20. That's short 25. So actually, I guess our average price was 21s. Now it's showing our 24, which is our last fill. We talked about this earlier on. There we got a 10, which was the dime. And then right there, we got another piece out at 02s. And that's right where we are right now. So here we go. Now we're starting to break lower. So yes, sir. Let's spin the money finally. Damn it, man. I can't believe Netflix is still at 323. I got to forget about that. And no matter how well you trade, I'm stubborn. Like, I'm always thinking about, oh man, that stupid Netflix trade. But we just moved on. We moved on from it, and we just got back-to-back winners. So, you know, that's the thing. You can lament in sort of, you know, how you've been trading and some of the decisions that you've made. But if you stick to your playbook and you just kind of like go back to what you've been doing, study your own game, understand how you trade, you know, get your mental game right, that's part of it, man. That's like such a big piece of trading. Like, there goes Amazon right back down into 90. Like, this is, again, like, NVIDIA or Netflix isn't even on my sticky note. Amazon's the #2 name. And was it your trade of the day? I can't even remember. And like, we've just been hitting it so well. Why not stick with it, right? And so that's the thing. When you're hitting something, stick with it. Keep going back on it. There's like, look at that out, man. Right there at VWAP again. Like, these are printing. So we make back what we don't make back what we lose on Amazon, on Netflix, but you stay in your lane and reap the rewards of that. So that's a good one for sure as it's going, man. And I don't know what Lone just said there. Lone Sophos, what's up, bud? I know you've been in the chat, but I don't know, he just said that's the biggest component to successful trading. 100%. I don't know what you're referring to.
The mental aspect.
Yeah, the mental aspect.
Yeah, that's
Thanks, Robert Taylor. We're legends.
Sure.
I don't think we're legends, but thank you so much for all the talk.
real legends, Fahad.
Yeah, the real, yeah.
In his own mind.
Yeah. In his, the winner of the Hot Chip Challenge, apparently.
He was.
Fahad, right there. So
you should have some Vegemite for that. Fahad, you want, like, your prize for the Hot Chip Challenge is to have this Vegemite. It's all yours, buddy.
Yeah.
That's all you.
Yeah, you can have it later, Fahad. Don't
really is pretty awful.
I don't know why. I don't want to offend anybody in Australia because it is like
terrible,
the national food
there's
spread.
all
It
kinds
says it
of,
right on the thing.
Yeah, but there's all kinds of stuff that people like really like, and like, you know, it's a thing, but like, not everybody loves it.
It's not really a thing, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think of something that's West Indian that's good that actually isn't really good, but I can't come up with anything because everything is delicious in the West Indies. It's just straight up delicious. Like, plantains are great, the pineapples are great, everybody loves mangoes. You can't lose, man. You can't lose. So I try to think of something, but I can't because it's all good.
There has to be something. What's I was gonna say? Well, they're well known.
Everybody
for
likes
rum.
jerk chicken.
Yeah, jerk chicken is
great. Well, don't start with the pineapple pizza in the chat, guys. Come on, man.
Yeah, people love pineapple pizza, including yourself.
Come on,
yeah, guys, come on, man.
Everyone
knows Neil's affiliation for
out.
pineapple pizza. Okay, so here's a nice move to the downside right now as the market. I still can't believe that this, by the way, notice what you did.
Well, look at me. Look,
I still think it could go.
The first time I was about to change it to the bull here, I was like, I think I'm jinxing it if I make the change, and then I finally do it, and the market's rolling over. And Fahad,
tough life.
Who in my ear? Fahad is saying plantains suck. Okay, well, that's just because you have no actual taste, Fahad.
That is a bold
He's probably
statement.
never even had one, okay? He's never had one. He has no idea what he's talking about. That's all I know.
Even Pratt is, I think, dissing plantains.
They're delicious. Come on, people. Anyways, just a couple of things here.
I like plantains.
Got the dip buy on Roblox. I said I liked it at about that 85. Remember, 34 was a break, but this previous high was 85. Right? So on the dip, instead of just buying it at 34 on the way back in, I'm going to buy it in front of that 85 with an 80 stop, just figuring that's where it might have some wiggle room to. And then now that you're back above 34, you just have a better in so that I can pay myself out and now I can hold for a little bit higher. So I just grabbed that. I just got BOBA to the short side. And so anyway, my whole thing is on pineapple pizza, it's just because it's not actual pizza. everyone do your own thing. If you enjoy something, you should do it. You shouldn't give a rat's
exactly.
you know what another person thinks. You should eat what you like. If it's you're not hurting anybody making your own choices. I just happen to think it's not a real it's not real pizza. Like real pizza does not have pineapple on it. And you go to Italy and they'd say that's not pizza. I'm not the person making that
when
up.
I'm in
man.
Rome, I agree with you, but I'm going to find an Italian. I'm going to find a
you're
guy
not.
that can't even speak English.
No, you're not.
And I'm going to try.
But-
and I might fail. But I'm going to be there this summer.
You're going
in
to Rome. You are going to Rome.
Yeah,
You're going this year.
Yeah, bringing
but
the
you're not
kids.
going to find anybody. You're going to find the opposite, I think. And
I'm
then,
bringing the kids too. That should be a lot of fun.
that'll be
They're
great.
getting really excited for that right now. But okay, so just quickly here, man. Yeah, I know we're not in Italy. That's right, exactly. But okay,
I'm with you, Lone Sophos. Of course I'm right.
Here, put that up there. Let's do a chat. Let's do a poll right now.
Put the poll up
Just
right
say pineapple on pizza, yay or nay. That's it. Simple thing.
Simple poll.
Not like, is
Simple
it
poll.
pizza? None of that crap.
'Cause it's not
It's
pizza,
just, do
so.
you? No, but technically it is pizza. That's why we don't want to put that on there. It might just not be a well-tasting pizza.
It's not.
Pizza is just what it is, right? It's just flour. Like you basically just have the base, put whatever the hell you want on it.
It's supposed
you
to
don't
have
even have to have red sauce.
tomato sauce. It has that
you don't have
basil.
to.
It's supposed to have basil.
No, we're putting a poll up.
Put the poll up.
Everyone's just hammering it in the chat.
Let's just wait for the poll.
Prad's going to get the poll.
Okay, let's get a poll because the chat's going to
doing it? I
go.
don't see
The chat's
Chad-
going to get out of hand in a second if we don't.
There
There's
it
the poll. There's the
is.
poll. You guys know exactly how
man,
I'm voting.
Okay. We're just supposed to be yay or nay, but that's okay. So I'm going to say, do pineapples belong? See, again, I don't know if that's the right wording. I'm going to say yeah. So again, we had Arun on the show, remember? So it's first of all,
Spent all this time.
It's dominating
I spent
right
all
now.
this time
It's
complimenting this
dominating
community.
right now.
All you ever hear out of me is we have the greatest community. We do the greatest community everywhere.
Right.
We learn so much as traders,
Which we
all
do,
from
yep.
each other, which we do. You guys are the smartest. I love you all so much. And then you come out here, and you know what? Nobody's perfect, and that's what makes this community even better.
And yeah, we can accept that you're not
It's not. It's not perfect.
Yeah, we can accept
Fahad,
that.
You know what? There's a kiss
Who
of death.
cares what Fahad says?
Fahad
You can't-
agrees with me.
You can't. So all of a sudden you care what Fahad says. So he says plantains are
don't.
trash, and he has no.
No, this is actually
opinion.
bad for me that Fahad agrees with me. That's bad
Right.
for me.
Okay. Good. Okay.
No,
good.
I don't want Fahad. I don't want
As long
Fahad
as we're on
agreeing
the
with
same
me.
page. How's that right there? Okay, what is the score here on this pineapple versus non here? Let's see, 60-40? No, it's getting closer, man. It's getting closer. Oh, what I was going to say was, it's not about Hawaiian pizza or anything like that. If you actually get some jalapenos on it with the pineapple, the whatever, again, not a chef, when you have the sweet
Aren't you, though?
and the hot, right there, balancing it out, I think that's good, man.
There's nothing. Okay, so a couple of things here.
Well, wait.
One,
I mean,
thank
look,
you,
Arun likes pineapple on
No, he
pizza.
does.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, actually, he does. He does.
You're literally the only one. I mean,
I'll die on that hill, man. I will die
Yeah.
on this hill. I have no problem. I'll die on this hill. But I want to shout out Door Kicker. Thank you for the super chat. Pineapple does a body good. I love pineapple.
Yes,
my
pineapple's great.
my family's from Antigua. That is easily you get the sweetest pineapple in the world in Antigua. I love pineapple. I eat it all the time. It's just forget about it on a pizza. I'm not a huge fan.
Yeah, that's
but
the discussion, right?
But here's my other thing: is we got 766 people that have voted on this poll, and last I checked, it's a lot easier to vote to hit the like button than it is to actually make a wrong count on the poll. We haven't hit 1,000 likes. The midday got to over, what did they actually hit? It was like 8.3 thousand record likes to get these guys to dress up. We got to get to at least 1,000, otherwise Sharif, who I know you're having a bit of a thing with here, they're making us look bad. They're making us look bad. 8,000 likes on that morning, and they really got the likes going in the midday show. Now, I don't know what they're dressing up as. You guys got to remind me what it's going to be. I've heard like 3 different
Big
things.
Bird it was.
It's Sesame Street for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But I've heard like Ernie and Bert, and then I've heard Big Bird and who?
It's Bert and Ernie.
Bert and Ernie. Yeah, you're right. It is Bert and Ernie.
Yeah.
But I want to know who has to be who, because I think Big Bird should be Sharif. I'm assuming.
Yeah, no, I think Big Bird.
No, because Sharif has that big yellow sweater.
I think Brendan
right?
should be Big Bird. There, Brendan's on the midday show. I mean, that's part of it, right?
Brendan's not doing it.
I think Brendan needs to do it there. He didn't want to do the chip challenge. He can dress up wearing a Big Bird. I mean, come on,
Everybody wants to see Brendan dress up.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Everybody wants it. Doesn't mean they're going to get it. We'll check in with Brendan
Even
in a
us.
minute on that one. Okay, so just quickly here as we talk, thank you for enjoying the show once again, guys. We have a lot of fun here if you can't tell. So hopefully you can do that.
Get down.
And you're able to tell that we are just having a good time. And hopefully no one's offended by the pineapple pizza talk.
Except for me.
Right there. Let's go. Spin it one more time. Whether or not you like pineapple on your damn pizza or not. Hey, someone send us a pizza tomorrow, man. It's Friday. Friday afternoon tomorrow, send us a pizza, put whatever the hell you want on it, and we will judge it right there. Bang goes NVIDIA to the downside, and that's exactly what the hell we're talking about. Damn, Netflix be damned right now as we are just raking in here. NVIDIA is 60 cents in the money. Amazon, again, let's go. That's a big move down to the downside right now again. We got to take something out right here. Oh, it's Rob. I thought that was Randy again. I was like, what the heck's going on? I saw Randy sitting up there.
Tough, man.
Oh, Randy's already gone. Yeah, Randy jammed out of here.
Gone.
Randy's out of here like it's a chip challenge day. He out of here right now. But there it is. We will. Ooh, we just. Oh man. How low did that go? 80. I put an 80. I put an 86 bid here for Amazon. So let's watch out to see if Amazon comes in here with an 86 count on Amazon. So that's a good trade there. And then our NVIDIA, by the way, this is what I want to talk about. Although NVIDIA tanked right there, we took another piece out right there at VWAP. So yeah, we're pretty much close to getting done on the trading here. It's 319, 320. We've had a great little run in this market. So let's see if we can finish it off now with a couple good bangers here into the close.
Yeah, I was about to reload on Roblox, but I'm gonna leave this one alone here. I wanted actually breaking about that 334 again. It's rejecting that break. So as far as I'm concerned, like the shorts are starting to come in, and this looks like it's a breakout that can go, but it actually has to hold 34. And if I add to the position, I almost wanted to have broken the top in continuation. Like I'd rather be adding to it as it's going. If I already got a dip buy to improve price, there's no need to go too crazy. See,
of course we will do that. Of course Neil will do that.
Look, of course. For 5,000 likes, I ate that stupid chip.
We ate a stupid damn chip.
Which was absolutely disgusting. So Nikita...
We literally ate something that's not edible.
For 10,000 likes, of course I will eat pineapple on pizza for you guys.
What are we, the midday show?
However, A, you're not going to get there. B, I will still tell you how terrible it is. And C, I will still not acknowledge that it's real pizza. Okay, but I will eat it.
Yeah.
Because it's food, and generally speaking, I really like food. Whatever. It's a me thing, man. It's a me thing.
We're getting a lot of super chat. We got another super chat here. I don't know if you have. I have it up. Let me see what it's all about here. Pineapple does a body good. Yeah, and then the same one. So thank you guys for all that. As we go, ooh, there it is, man. Amazon just got hit right there. And by got hit, I mean we are riding the bear to the downside, and it's still going downside right now. There's that next fill there on Amazon. As you know, here's the short. One short we got stopped out of right there. I don't even know what was up with that right there as we got stopped out. And then back into it. I feel like that was a mistake, I feel like. But there it is. Now we're back into this short, and now we're riding this to the downside. Amazon going to be one of the top stocks for me here today. Why are your hands up there, Sharif? Oh, he's watching the soccer game there. Wow. I thought he was like, I was like, what stock is this guy even watching right now? All right, is there any names you guys want us to look at here? I'm going to pull this away right now. Let me just check in on the votes quickly here. Oh, see, I told you it was getting closer there. It's 56-44.
That's what I'm talking about.
I feel like it's going to be 50-50. I mean, I feel like it is 50-50.
Yeah, buddy.
This is like one of those age-old debates.
It's not age-old.
What's going on with me today on that one about pineapples?
I don't know if it's age-old.
Okay, what else you guys want to look at here? SLRX?
By the way, people asking about GNS. GNS isn't moving. It's up 200%. I get it. Like, it's a big-time mover, but it has to do something. It's got to break, make a run at 2. It's got to pull into VWAP. Like, at best, maybe you could consider sitting in the long here with a 5-cent stop and then see if it'll go. But the volume's starting to taper off. You can't really see too much happening. It's got to go. It's got to do something first. Then I want to react to it doing something. I have it up and I am watching it, but you don't want to be over trading this thing. I feel like it's just everyone's hoping something's going to happen here, and hope doesn't really get you anywhere. Brendo?
I was watching this SLRX as well. Back to the downside here. Rejected 4. They're presenting some data right now at a conference. So just be aware, some news might come out here for SLRX in addition to what has already happened. So there was one halt there, but data coming, guys, for SLRX.
Ooh, yeah, watch out for those halt trades, especially late in the day.
Watch out now.
Because there's limited time for these things to sort of correct themselves. And the volume here is good, but it just put a huge wick off that 4 even.
Amazon.
You halt once and then make a fail break like this. Sometimes it gets pretty ugly very quickly, but I'm going to go back over to just quickly. I'm waiting around for VWAP on Intel, like 55s, 50s. Those are the levels I want. I want to be at least a little bit more particular about it, as it is. The market is starting to roll back in. So obviously I changed that bear to a bull prematurely. That's my bad. I obviously jinxed the move. No. The market doesn't care what I think. It's going to go where it's going to go. So I'm in some Alibaba here. Now, I want to take a few swings at this in front of that 117, but I want to give this to about the 60 level. So the shorts I have in here to about 45, I'll give to 60, risk 15 cents. Once it goes 1-to-1, start taking it out. When it goes close to 2-to-1, and then see if it can't get down into VWAP. But if it breaks 60s, then I want that short off the 117 level. And just a reminder why I like it, there is your 117. 2 days in a row, hard top. It's actually wicked up there multiple times, real actual moves here that get completely rejected. So now that it's rejected it again, shorting the lower high, looking for that market to start rolling over. In 7 minutes, we'll get an early look on the imbalances to be able to see if that can help us or potentially hurt us on the next move.
What's up, man? Azam and a few other you guys asking me to look at Meta, so we'll do that. Azam, yeah, what's up, buddy? All right, so look, this is my thing about Meta. You have that high of 137.50. I don't want to wait that long to be wrong. I don't want to be wrong at the high of the day and lose 80 cents right now. It's so strong today. It's up 3%. I did take the short right now at 80, just thinking it was going to break. We are below the 50 period, but I'm just going to try to respect that 50 period. It's at 137. We'll give a little bit more room than that to the upside, but not much, man. If we break, above 20s, something like that for this name, then we will have it. I'm going to put another offer on Meta. I mean, look, we're short Nvidia, 50 cents in the money. We're short Amazon, 50 cents in the money. Can we repeat this with Meta? Maybe. Let's just try it. We'll try one more average at 99s or O's up here if it does go back up to the upside. We're not really in trouble here at all, so let's just remember that. We're well under control on all of our stocks. We're breathing, everything's good. We're watching the stocks. Like I said, a lot of it is a mental aspect to this game, and you just don't want to get stopped out. You don't want to be into a position just because someone on chat said it. You got to make sure that everything's lining up properly for you. I am favoring, so we could talk about this, I am favoring the short right now. We've mentioned that. We're below the 50 period. We just touched these highs. Sometimes when you get a retracement here in the afternoon, you could fall back down. It's been a pretty good disaster, today, although I feel like we had that bit, is big tech in trouble? We talked about that, and I said no. So let's just give it a little bit of time here just to see where we want to go with some of these moves. So for right now, there's Meta. We're going to give this up. Thanks for the question. 137.20 right there. You can see there's some breaking spots there. Hopefully we don't break out on there, but that's what I'm looking for. 137.20, that's the short that I have. Let's see if it prints. Thank you for the question.
Yeah, great question. And it looks like people are saying GNS is actually moving here. That's kind of what you look for. No way it halted. That's a halt? I guess so. Yeah, so now it looks interesting. How far did it move? It's definitely in a halt state. There's no question about it. I was sort of questioning how big that move was, but it just got into that 196. So the last time it was at $2 and did this, it did a kind of a dirty move here where it got above on the halt and then rejected 2 on the way back in. But this is what I'd like to see. I want this clearing out the tops, and then it has some room to $3. It hasn't cleared yet. But on the reopen, if it can hold 2, then I kind of like an idea to try to go long in front of 2 with like a 96 stop. That's essentially what I was trying to do earlier, but now something's finally happening in the stock. I did say you could, it's not a horrible trade to be sitting in there with a 5-cent stop and then just looking for this move to happen. I tend not to like that unless the stock is still really active. If it was doing really good volume when it not tapered off, I probably wouldn't have mind sitting in it, but I usually do that closer to like these types of bottoms. Like that 150s where I would much prefer to be doing that. You got a greater risk to reward. It's a more significant level. The 175 is a little bit random, hence why I wouldn't have put that trade on. But congrats if you did, because you're in the uphold now. You never go broke taking profit. I'm just going to say that right there. So if you're holding this one to the long side, always make sure that you're paying yourself out. Because if you don't pay yourself on the trades, you can't actually make any money until you sell a long position or buy out of a short position. So Alibaba comes up to this 116.60. That's where my out is going to be, about 10 cents away. As a matter of fact, I'm going to use the other stop order that's just a little bit better for fills. I was going to get this stop order out there. 16. Oh, I always use limit orders. I've said this before. I don't really like anything but limit orders. So oh, no way. to immediately get bad wicked. I hate when that happens.
Yeah, it's the worst.
I'm just going to jump right back on the offer because it didn't really stop me. And then there we go. Now I'm going to throw a stop order above. I never use market orders. I've never done it. Well, I shouldn't say never done it. I just don't believe you always want to pay any single price. There's always a price you're not willing to pay on anything. And an aggressive limit order does exactly the same thing, where you can be crossed up. Like, I'll just say if 61 breaks, I'm willing to pay 116.77. You're going to get filled at like 62 or 63 or 64, but if something ridiculous happens, you're not buying in an absolute vacuum. And if you've ever bought or sold into a vacuum, trust me, I think you know exactly what I'm talking about. I once got marketed out of a large position in the pre-market only to watch the stock open up exactly where I was long, and it was like the worst day I had that quarter, and it was simply due to the amount of liquidity and firing a market order into the pre-market where there was no liquidity. It would have been absolutely fine if I just kind of held on and there was no panic involved, but you hit a market key, that's what can happen to you. So I just don't like them. I find that there's the downside when it goes really bad can be very bad, and I've learned my lesson there.
All right. Oh, man. Yeah. Again, lessons learned. Thank you so much for watching the show. And I don't know, man. Meta almost stopped us out there. Went right to 137.20. We didn't get out. We should have. Again, like I keep talking about being specific and price matters. It does so much. Like if I just, again, don't start there. But the thing is, it's easy to say that. Like this could have, the market could have broke lower, right? It just didn't do it. It stopped and went back to the 50 period. So naturally, Meta is going to test, right? Meta's going to test back higher. And so, I don't know, the market's now above. I feel like this is just so choppy. Like I said it, you know, like the market, right? The NASDAQ, we were down 0.37 or whatever it was. Now we're only down 0.49. So the market's actually going down. And I told you I favored the short. It's just, it's maybe these, I'll put this over here so you guys can see it. It's just maybe these names just aren't wanting to go down anymore. So Meta's obviously up 3% today. Thought there was a chance for that to pull back. Amazon was an absolutely great out down there at 93.85. Could have got better down here. We should have maybe got out when we hit that 200 period. But again, I still think we have lower to go here today. So that's going to be something to look at. And then NVIDIA is still 30 cents in the money. So let's check out on RIVN. RIVN was a name that we got out of. Still flat trade on that one. One of my best stocks today is going to be RIVN. Again, we hit it long, then we hit it short twice, and that's that. So RIVN's a good trade. Not really super excited about it right now, though. And I just guessed that we're already short NVIDIA right now. The banks are dancing around. Google's back up to 90. I mean, I did trade Google today, didn't I? Yes, I did. Google's a pretty good trade for me today as well. As right now, you can see that kind of a move that Google's putting on right now. Again, upside. Oops, I got to put my chart over here. 93.50, 93.60 still. Look at that bounce off 93. Maybe that's a level we can respect. If the market does come down, maybe we watch out for Google 93. But Meta's come back in. Now we're basically flat on the trade. We're short 90s here on Meta. Remember that price as we fall down here.
Yeah, so GNS did just open up here. It's holding that 2 level at least for now. The question is, can it hold that like 196 area? I just got the long, so I threw my stop in there. I like that halt price for a stop. I want to keep it a relatively tight move there, but as it goes up, if it goes up, I have to adjust my stop because I don't want to get caught in a down halt. So if it breaks toward like that 215 high. As a matter of fact, if it gets to 215, I might just scalp some out because I remember what happened the last time they rug pulled around here. So I'm going to get an order out there in front of the high of the day, just so I'm paying myself out a little bit of something.
Look at
Come
NVIDIA.
on, fill 12,
Let's
fill
go.
it, fill it, fill it, fill it, fill it. Oh, I'm sitting at 13, not 12. I'm going to move to 12 because that's ridiculous. Like, give me a break. I was sitting at 13. It goes to 12. That's what always happens to me. But if it breaks the top, I do want to hold on to this position. We'll just sort of see how far it can go. And I will move my stop as it goes higher. It gets to 15. My stop moves to 2 even.
Right, well, we're 10 cents in the money, and there goes Amazon downside. So hopefully this will continue, man. There goes Meta. Amazon's huge, and NVIDIA, both 70 cents in the money. NVIDIA just touched down to 169 right there, so we could have taken that dollar flat, and we don't. So we'll watch out for that as we go. Market trying to come in a little bit. Oh, did we get our Meta fill? No, we did not. I'm bidding Meta 71s here. Let's see if it breaks 75, whatever. We're only 15 cents in the money. We're looking for a little bit more on this. Hopefully it does break. But we got to go over to the big screen with Brendo, and I'm going to say happening now, although that's not right. Small cap recap. Yeah, I knew it wasn't right. All right, go.
Hey guys, yeah, busy afternoon, 30 minutes to go here. Let's get you wrapped up, at least for the day, on small cap land. Before we do, take a second, hit the like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. HUDI was on watch this morning in the pre-market. Big gap to the upside on some positive data that they had out this morning. I read this one was a little choppy out of the gate. It did give you a trade though between 670, 685, depending on where you got it. I was a little bit late to the party, but did give you a flush down to 6. So 50 cents to 60 cent risk to make better part of 80 cents to the downside. This one finally did work out, but going to be a loser for me regardless of the fact because of this one. Really like this underneath 230, so that didn't work. Tried it again versus the high, stopped out of a little bit. The second attempt off that high does work on the fade side of things. We're coming off here again for NRSN. And I've been sitting here watching this one, GNS on a move again here, guys. Just resumed after another halt at $2 on huge volume. So day highs coming here, up 300% for GNS.
So I just, I took some out at 12s, like I was mentioning, rang the register when it got to that high. I took 19s right in front of 20. At that point, once it broke that 15, I moved my stop up and got promptly stopped out on, trailed out on the way back in. That's because I didn't want it doing this like this. I was in the long the same way, not willing to scalp the trade, when it essentially got to 15s and then rug pulled on me. So it's based on that I decided to play inside here, have the tight stop. If you can go 2 into 10s and then 20s, I'm willing to take that. But I just wanted to see the stock move before I actually engaged in it. That's going to the upside, but the market, the market's kind of rolling over here, right? So I want to go over to BABA. I did get that fill down at 116.30s. I want to see if we can get some down a little bit closer to VWAP here, which I just realized I thought I put a bid in there. I don't have it. So I'm going to get a bid down in front of VWAP. I'll rinse and repeat in front of 116.60 if I can get it, which means I have to cancel that stop order and then put an offer back in, and then I can put my stop order back again. Intel kind of still going into the downside. That one's kind of sliding slowly toward VWAP, kind of how it does here. So we just got a bid out. Shawn's short NVIDIA, so I kind of know he'll be saying something if Intel's going to the upside. If NVIDIA starts running, I'll know about it for sure. But these are now starting to come back in. The market, I'm not going to change it back to the bear, but I acknowledge the fact that I probably shouldn't have changed it to the bull in the first place. Got a little ahead of myself. Wait for the market to turn green, then change it. I thought it was inevitable when we got to 0.1% to the downside on the ES.
It's 1.1 billion to sell right now, by the way.
Is it
price,
really?
Yeah, that's what Brendo has here.
That ain't nothing.
Price matters so damn much. This, I was bidding 71 on Meta. To ring the register on, it would have only been a 20-cent trade, right? But we were sitting right there, and look where it stopped at, 72. So yeah, that part sucks right there for me. But you know what? It's all good. We'll wait to see where we go from here. But yeah, that part sucked. Meta stops on a dime, and now we might get stopped out. So that's really how much price matters, man. We talk about it all the time, and I'm not kidding around. Sometimes it bounces off levels, and whether or not you're sitting there or not, if I'm not sitting there, then I can't capture the profit. A lot of the times it will run right through you. If I was at 75, I'm sure I would have got the out. So now we're back in there. Hopefully we can get it. I hope that we can get it. Neil mentioned about NVIDIA versus Intel versus all that. Yeah, he's right. I am in this name, and we will let you know if it starts to run back to the upside, because right now, man, we hit this, we'll get going on it. It's 90 cents in the money. This is that NVIDIA trade. And remember, I was mad at Netflix. Well, Netflix is now at 320, so it's a good thing that we did get out of it, obviously, all in all. But there's NVIDIA. It's just trying to bounce around. I'm debating just getting this out at this level, guys, here for NVIDIA. So I don't know. It's just bounced off 169 a couple times. That's a clean dollar. We're short at 170 flat. So that's probably something that we could take, The market's starting to go back up. We did have that flush. I feel real bad about Meta because we just so close to getting out, and now I know I'm going to get stopped out because here it goes back up to the upside. So we will take an L on Meta, but that was literally, as my kids say, literally a penny away from at least getting out of it. It was only a quarter of it, so we would have lost on 3/4. But that was just, that price matters, man, right there. So we missed that opportunity by a couple pennies. It keeps on flashing that it's going down, but it's not. Those are just bad prints again. So yeah, anyways, missed opportunity there on Meta. Let's see, maybe it will flash to the downside, but hey man, the market trying to take the 50 period right now. Let's see if it does, but right now Meta taking it out upside. And there goes NVIDIA too, man. So NVIDIA looks like it wants to take back upside as well.
I just got stopped on BABA.
Maybe this isn't that big sell imbalance that I didn't take the trade because of sell imbalance. I know you didn't either.
No.
But I don't know. We'll see here. NVIDIA dancing around still.
Yeah, I'll stop to fail on BABA. We got a couple of good scalp trades out of it, but Alibaba now breaking out and now actually really starting to go. So this is what, just get out, man, when a key level comes in. Because there's no point holding through, right? Like, imagine if you just held on to Netflix because Sharif told you to, like, and then it goes into the tank. That's why you get out, ultimately. But someone just pointed out Enphase to me, and it's not like we're ignoring this. This Enphase, I'll confirm it, it is SSR. It's down 10%. It's down 10%. 250 to 225 and getting absolutely smashed today. I'll do this. I should always put these in the middle so you guys can see the ticker. I have it on this one the right way. But on the daily chart, like Enphase, oh goodness.
Hey, what happened to Meta?
This is ugly. Like the 50 period has been taken out a long time ago. The 200 period down. You just went SSR. You're beneath major support levels. If this does not reclaim like that 230 area, this gets real ugly real quick. And there's all kinds of room to come back in here. The stock has already been beaten up pretty badly. So yeah, I mean, I'm hoping someone's asking about is it SSR because they're short and crushing it today. I wish I could say I was short Enphase, but I'm glad somebody's on this one because that's a big time mover. That GNS, still watching it, can't really break the high. So it's held $2, but it hasn't really broken out the top here. If it can get past 2.25, I think it's got a really good chance for a late rally. Caveat, Shawn and I as day traders on a prop floor, we got to have all our positions out and be flat by the end of the day. So there's always a limit to like where I would get into one of these things late. Like it's 340 now. If it's like 353 and breaking the high, a lot of times I don't like that trade because there might not be enough time for it to go where I think it could go if there was more time throughout the day. Earlier on, I'd be all over a 220 break for sure. Nice little double top, room to go to 3, but this is now 340 and we're running out of time.
Yeah, valid point there, man. I mean, Neil and I are on a prop firm with Day Trade the World. Make sure you check them out, daytradetheworld.com, as they are our #1 sponsor. So, yeah, and we got to be flat at the end of every day, right? So, all right, look, we're going to sit here. We're happy. Everything's a jam. We've got some big trades on for you, man. We've got Amazon on. We've talked about that. We have NVIDIA on. And then we have Meta that's just back down to 137. I don't know. Look, you guys know where we're at on this trade, right? We're sitting here. We're waiting for it to print out for us. Hopefully it does. Maybe it doesn't. And that is going to be Meta. I don't know. Here it comes back to the downside. Maybe if this flushes. You're still short Roblox? Okay, so Roblox starting to go to the downside for Neil as well.
I just covered my long.
Oh, you were long. Okay, good. So I just said that because the market's going downside without knowing your position there. But yeah, okay, so market coming down. Here it is right now, Meta. This is the name for me that matters. So let's see, will we get that bid that is not in my blotter anymore for some reason. Let's go back and put a bid here for Meta. It just bounced off 71. Let's just put a 75. If we get it, we get it, and we'll deal with it after that.
Yeah, so I just stopped out of that long. We got a couple of decent bounce plays there on Meta off that 33.80 and the 34 initial break, but back into a rollover on Roblox. It looks like it does want to head to VWAP. I don't mind flipping short here. It's not because of the imbalances or anything like that, but that's now a top-end rejection. If it makes any kind of a pop, I'll probably want to jump back into this. I missed Alibaba by a few pennies, and the reason why I was getting out of BABA with a tight stop is because 117 was up top there. And it got to 116.80, and I was just above that price, looking for those actual highs. For some reason, you can't really see the morning here. But on the 15-minute, like 117 is your top. That's why I wasn't looking for the short 80s. I wanted like 85 to 90 as an entry point. Just barely missed it. But BABA even starting to come back in. I'm going to look back to my bid on Intel here. I actually want to hold on to something through VWAP on Intel. So this might be a decent place to reload even at the 60s. This might matter for the sell imbalance. Like big tech, if it's saying 1 billion to sell and I see us rolling over here, I just feel like there's more room for us to fall than there is to rise at this particular point. So I'm gonna try to add to this before it gets there.
Yes, let's go.
Oh my God.
Finally, Meta. Right now, yeah, man, we're going to end the day at the highest spot we've been at all day, which is absolutely incredible considering some of the stuff that we had to go through. NVIDIA right now to the downside. It's funny because you said something about Sharif, and Sharif's like, I didn't say to do that. And I was like, bro, we're just chilling. We're just chilling.
We're just joking.
I told him
idea.
we're just playing around on that. And, you know, and that's the thing, right? We can follow each other's trades, which is great, but ultimately, you know, everyone's responsible for their own. And that's the best part about this. You know, you don't get paid. Like, there's a lot of bankers out there. They work, you know, 100 hours a week, 80 hours a week. And why? Because they're fighting for that one promotion. Not here, man. You know, the scoreboard is right in front of your face. You know what you're worth, and you're worth what you take home. And right there, that's what, you know, that's another reason why I love this market, man, and I love trading, and I love this job. You're worth what, you know, if you can't make money trading, it's not the job for you. That's simply put what it is, right? If you can't play soccer, you can't be a professional soccer player. If you're not making money trading, you ain't gonna be a professional trader. So, you know, I like it. I like that the scoreboard's there every single day. I'm telling you, you can see the results, man. 30 cents in the money right now for Meta. We're $1.25. You with my boss, first of all, my boss is the market. So market, how you like how I'm treating you? Shitty? Good. You know, this is the kind of relationship that I have, right? This is the market, this is my boss, and I come to work every single day and do cut some of this. And hopefully, you know, we're paying those bills. There goes Meta, 50 cents now in the money. We just take another piece out. Nvidia is absolutely collapsing. It is what it is. That's, you know, I mean, we love the market, and I hope you do too, because, hey, if the passion, you can't tell about the passion, then I'm not doing my job, because that's why we're here, man. That's why I get excited. You know, this is what's going on. Happy for these results and happy for everybody to trade with us. I just wonder right now, is it far down enough right now? $1.50 in the money on this Nvidia trade as we're breaking down. Remember I said the risk right now is to the long. That's why we're 3 names short. No, I haven't had any longs this afternoon. All shorts, and they're all bank right now.
Yeah, the market's getting absolutely crushed. I said this in the chat and someone asked a question, so I'm going to go over it quickly because someone just sold a ton of shares and aggressively doing so on GNS. Basically, if you come to my level 2 for a second, guys, when this was trying to take out the high of the day on GNS, someone just showed up and kept refreshing like 50,000 lots over and over again up and around this level here. So you see it got up to the high of the day, then it came back in, it's like dump, dump, dump. And every time they took a fill, it's like just sell more, sell more. So there's definitely some profit taking happening here. Some of that might be some short selling, true, but I'm sure there's some profit taking happening once it did not break that high of the day. I'm not taking the breakout anymore. Part of it's because of the time of the day, but the second part is how much selling's going in there. And that's just my 2 cents. That's what I saw in level 2. And someone asked me why. I was like, there's a big seller. I'm like, this is what I mean. Somebody's dumping it. It's not me, or I'll be short and I'd be in the money. But somebody else was doing it there. And that could take it into, as a matter of fact, it is taking it to the downside. I could have, like when you see it, you can just jump in front of that size to go short. And in retrospect, hindsight's 2020, I could have noticed that seller and jumped in front myself. But I just didn't like that risk to reward with that halt band sitting above there. It would have worked for you, fantastic, but you got to draw the line somewhere. I don't like shorting off the top at 354, generally speaking. It's a bad rule when it does this, but I find it's one of those things that can help you, because if you, on the off chance that it blows the top and I miss my stop, you might get caught shorting it overnight, which as a day trader is the last thing you ever want. It happened to me. No, it was a long and save that I had. You never want to get caught overnight. And I find if you go a parabolic mover short off the high, that's a chance you get caught late in the day, which I don't like. We're now down to VWAP on Intel. I'm holding through the imbalances on this one. We'll just see where it can go.
Yeah, same, guys. So we just, by the way, Nvidia, ready?
Money.
There it is, man. We're out. We're out of Nvidia, man. We will put that in our cap, and yeah, enjoy that $1.30. We just got out right there. I mean, whatever. I'm already short Meta. I'm already short Amazon. Just you know, it was a little tough to get this to go here, and it did. So let's cash out. Put that money in our pocket. We don't want to leave too much on the, I mean, we're not leaving anything on the table today. But, you know, we just want to make sure that, you know, we're calmed down, like I keep saying, get the right outs. We have Amazon kind of bouncing around, and we just took another out for Meta. So right now we have 25% left on our Meta trade as this is starting to go to the downside. So yeah, man, we talked about where we wanted to get out, didn't violate it. So now we go back to the downside here and see what happens with META, Meta as the big sell. Remember, I do not want to be caught. So here's the imbalance locator. We talked about this a few times in the last little while, right? This is going to populate at in 3 minutes at 350. And when it does, you're going to see some action here. It's risky. I don't know if my names are going to be short side or long or whatever. They're going to come out as buys or sells. Brendan brought it to us 16 minutes ago. I don't know if there's any update. We get it from Financial Juice. 1.1 billion to sell. And obviously the market has reacted to that sell, right? So let's see where it goes. But the market has definitely reacted to this and created a nice little downside pressure spot. So let's see if the market can withstand. Now, I'm still net short, but small position. 25% on Amazon, 25% on Meta as we continue to crash in. So Meta's a 70-cent winner right now. Good stuff. With only 2 minutes left to go here, the market's still ticking lower. And yeah, we're pretty happy with our positioning right now. So we got 2 beautiful shorts on, and we will finish the day at our highest spot. So far, so good there. Let's go to Brendan for an update.
Tough day for Wayfair here, guys. Huge volume spike coming in as they're going to lay off 10,000 more employees. So W just coming through there with some layoffs.
It's Wayfair. I know you don't like Wayfair, Brendan. They don't have
what he needs.
They don't have what Brendan needs. We joke about it all the time. Like it's like what's the other one?
He needs like hair clippers.
Context Logic, Wish, and Wayfair.
Yeah.
And not to crap on them.
I think
but,
if you buy something on Wish, you may wish you didn't.
I'll never forget in the history of us doing this show. There are very few times where like an IPO came out. And like when it came to market, and like everybody in the room had the same opinion, and like there was just nobody that was like, this is going to be a good idea. Everybody was kind of the other way. I still have one long position. It doesn't seem to care too much that the market's rolling over because it's Bed Bath & Beyond. I'm not going to add to it. I'm not doing anything except hold out for these highs. I've got my stop at 370, but I'm going to move it to break even here. It's just a little bit later on in the day. There's no need to have it go all the way back in to 370. I'm just going to move my stop. I just always do this, like tighten up the stop and then try to get at least the high of the day or maybe one last push. I doubt there'll be an imbalance on Bed Bath & Beyond because quite frankly, I don't think I've ever seen it on the imbalance locator. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but very rarely. The big cap names will be there. Intel almost always has a decent imbalance, so if it's going to come sell side, I want to hold on to this. In the next 30 seconds, we'll get it. So I'm just going to make sure I have this one loaded up just in case. I always want to make sure I'm looking at it. Both of us are going to have this up here, but we're going to give it to you guys live and see what happens. Wayfair, I wouldn't trade it this late anyways, even if I thought it would do something. And that GNS, the buyers came back. So it looked like that seller did get it to move. It broke 2, and the buyers stepped right back in. So it might have run some stops down there and got a lot of weak hands out. That actually gives it a better chance to run the highs. A lot of times, if it doesn't make the break by now, but it holds a higher low, you can see a break at 4 o'clock.
And it is a
that's the
shit show.
sell.
It looks like maybe.
That's
Let's see
the
what it
sell.
came. Oh, they hit it as a sell and then they went right back down. Apple is sell. 2 million shares for Apple on the sell side. That created a downside move, but was bought up. So I don't know. Microsoft sell side. Lots of sell action. It's a 4 with a B to sell. It's 4 Billy right now, says Brendo. NASDAQ names, big time there. Apple, Microsoft, I don't know what CGen is. What else is going on here? Google with the sell as well. But you know what? To be honest with you guys, the market's not reacting. That's
really.
a 4 billion sell. Google, like Apple, was the top name to sell there right here. You can check what it did on the 1 minute. It basically went from 65 all the way down to 40, and it's just kind of hovering in the middle now. So we've got the shorts on. I canceled all my stop orders. Just didn't want to be part of it. So we didn't get stopped out of anything. We are still in it. It's Meta right now. I don't know where Meta is on here. I can just do alphabetically, but there's too many names. I don't see Meta or Amazon as the other name that I'm in anywhere near the top. So unless it's more than, this is just the way I look at it, unless it's more than 1 million, I don't really, a lot of the names that I trade won't really be affected because what you're supposed to look at it is this. Apple right here, right? So that's 4 million, 2 plus 3, 5 million. It's done 47 million shares today. So that's about 10%, not a huge percentage there. It's gonna get traded at the close. So yeah, not a huge effect here for Apple or for anything. We might just get out, man. We're 40 cents in the money on both of these. Let's just put a target and get these out. I might just get out right now on all these names.
Yeah, like Intel wasn't even there, but the market, I just feel like we could dump a little bit in here. I actually got out of Bed Bath & Beyond.
maybe
Like,
we'll hold.
it didn't move. I just feel like there's some risks into the downside. I'll be watching some GNS in there. Obviously, not to ignore this bad boy because I'm going to have this up no matter what because Netflix is reporting. Netflix is still falling, by the way, down into like 320. So this is still coming to the downside, but I know the whole market is. I'm going to try and hold out. Probably I'm going to hold on to Intel, I think, into the close, just see what happens. Those are close enough to it, but I'll be watching some Netflix to see what kind of reaction is there. I didn't see an imbalance on Netflix. A little bit surprised that there wasn't one, even like a little something, but it's going to move. I think the last I checked, and I apologize because I checked this morning, it was an implied move of like 9.8%. I think looking at the just based on the options implied volatility, I don't think that would have changed by much. So you're looking for a 10% move on Netflix from here. That gives you like 350 in play. That gives you that 290 level in play. We'll see what happens. That doesn't guarantee that it moves 10%. It's just kind of what the math is telling you.
It's implied.
Yeah, it's just implied. Yeah.
Implied volatility. So, all right, just to give you, I'd say we'd look for some targets here. If Amazon can come back into the bottom, I'll keep this up here so you guys can see. If Amazon comes into the bottom there, we're going to get out that 67, 68, 10 cents lower on that one. Meta, Meta I was going to get out right now at 26s, but we came in real fast here on Meta. Can we make $1 here at the end of the day? Let's try that. 136.03 right now for Meta. So we'll find out if that's going to bring the pain down to the downside here for META. See if we can take a smooth dollar on that one. Yes, sir. Wow. There it is again. Let's just go bang on that because there's Amazon. Hopefully you guys had this short with me here to end the day. We've only given you bangers to close, man, honestly. Meta's 70 cents in the money. We just took a clean 70 cents as well on Amazon on that move to the downside. So, yeah, I can't really do it too much better than that. The only thing that we did screw up on over and over. I have one negative name today. So we've traded Amazon today. We've already talked about how much cash that's put in. Google today. If I zoom out, you'll be able to, you can't really see too much what we've done on that today, but Google's a positive name today. There it is here, shorts and long, then short for Google, good name. Meta, you know the damage we did on that one. Microsoft, Netflix, so Netflix is the red one here today. Longs didn't work out. Roblox, bang on Roblox, man. Roblox been a big one right there for me today. It comes all the way back to 33.50. Look at these Roblox trades. Short, unfortunately was up here. Shorts all day, cash money on Roblox. And then Rivian was really one of the better trades, I feel like, today, as that one really broke. High side right there, and then the short. Hey, like I said, really happy with the trading today. I hope you guys are happy that you joined in or tuned in. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, Netflix is down to 318 right now. I just called it up. I was like, wow,
it's getting
Netflix.
Crushed.
Yeah, well, there you go. I want the professor's position to print for him tomorrow. So let's see. That's going to come out real soon here at the end of the day on Netflix. Like I said, I sold some at like 280, 290. So it's not like my position's any good right now. I'm long 178 though. Let's see where Netflix goes here today. They could miss on subs, which obviously everyone's worried about with their new ad platform. Let's go.
Well, let's go to the earnings board.
Yeah, let's go to the earnings board. Let's see what's on deck. Speak of Netflix.
Yeah, it's scheduled for, keep my eye out, guys. That's a big move. It's scheduled for 4:10. So, I mean, that doesn't typically mean they won't report right at 4, but we'll see. But there you go. That's what's coming up tonight and tomorrow morning.
Yeah, look, we looked at it before. I mean, it's Netflix, man.
That's Schlumberger. I didn't notice that before for an oil name.
I missed that too. I mean, State Street, who cares?
Oil
but
services
Netflix is what it's going to be all about tonight. Maybe we get a chance to look at it, but 4:10. When they report at like 4:03 or right at 4 o'clock, sometimes 4:05, like we stick around for you guys, but 4:10 we're probably not going to be able to do that. Now that 355 is hit, I noticed that a lot of all those big sells have more or less paired off. So I don't see anything over $1 million anymore. You know, all the Apples, all the big tech ones that were all selling balances have mostly paired off, which is what's supposed to happen. But it does mean we are running out of steam a little bit, unless you're Netflix. Some of these other names are starting to run out of steam. We just broke VWAP on Intel, so I'm going to stick a bid in front of 40 to see if it can get there. I think it's a decent chance it just fills me up down there. But the market is selling off rather heavily. The last time I saw something do this, like Netflix is falling, I remember it ended up going the other way initially because like a bunch of people were selling and selling. And then when there was any positive print, like the algos bought it first, then the guidance came, and then you got to wait for the guidance because that's usually the real move. Or in this case, it'll be the subs. That's what everybody cares about. The street's way off. Like the street has, I think, 4.1, and Netflix is saying 4.5. So if it comes under 4, that would be a disaster.
All right, so yeah, we just got, let's read the register
Excuse
again,
me.
bless you. There's Netflix, that's a smooth dollar. You know, I mean, Meta, beautiful dollar to the downside right there, 130. Did I say Netflix? Meta straight to the downside. Probably because it's going down, I was thinking Netflix right now, but that's great trade there. We did get that out. Let's see where our last out was on Amazon. Again, I think a great out anyways on that one. So we'll just continue to watch out here and see if we can either find, you know what, it's 3:57. I ain't going to find anything. I'm going to cancel all. I didn't even realize the time, to be honest with you. We are now done.
Late.
Thank you so much for watching. Let's do a quick little look on the light count again here. It's never high enough. 1.3. Come on, guys. 4,500 people watching. 1.3K.
The poll has 1,800 people. It's 56 to 44. It's actually getting pretty close.
Yeah. That's all good, man. I mean, obviously there was some sort of a bot or something there that got those likes up to 8,000. But we want to thank everybody. For probably not a bot. Thank you everybody for all your support on that, man. That was a big one for our closing show. But yeah, here we go with only 2 minutes left. Meta. Good out, man. We literally got 01, so that was a good out there for 05, sorry, for Meta. So that was so far so good as, yeah, we finished our day real good, man. You know, thank you for watching. We'll see what, any other names quickly right now. Let's show Netflix quickly because it's
fresh low of the day.
Low of the day? Okay.
It broke 17. It's at 16
Yeah,
now.
I'm watching. I have it up right now.
Disaster.
Netflix absolutely
Yuck.
cratering here into the report. So we'll see. Down 3% for Netflix. This name, you remember when they missed? It was down like 50%. So we'll see. I mean, I'd hate for this name to be at $2 but we'll see what's going to happen here very, very soon with Netflix coming out. It is getting clocked. Like that's, you know, see, this is the thing.
Dump it.
Forget about, dump it. I'm just so glad that we were able to put on some beautiful trades for you guys. But look, forget about that it's getting clocked into earnings. It more just broke 320 and there was no one there to save it. So I feel like that's really what happened. We're going to see now with only a minute left and Netflix clocked out here down to 316 like Neil said, breaking that low of the day. Wow, what a day. Thanks for watching, man, and thanks for joining us. You guys are the best trading community out there.
Better believe it, and thank you guys. We just got the 1.5K on the likes. We appreciate it. Also, make sure you subscribe. Lots of fun in the chat today, and you got to be a subscriber to be in the chat. It is subs only chat. That's just how we do it, and it's worked well for us. So with 40 seconds to go, I'm going to assume it'll be Fahad on the bell here. We'll be watching Netflix, but as Brendan said, 4:10 is the expected time the earnings will be released, so unlikely we'll be able to get it to you at this particular point. I think the volatility will be in. But like Shawn said, who would want to sit on the bid after the disaster they had last time when it broke major technical support? It makes a lot of sense. And you had some sell imbalances in the overall market, cascade effect. We're going to Brendan?
A few people circulating a note suggesting Netflix CEO is out. Guys, Netflix CEO out.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh, well, in 3, 2, and Fahad.
There we go. Yes, sir. Yeah, Reed Hastings, you know, one of my favorite CEOs, of course. There, I still love Jamie Dimon, so that's not going to be good that he's going to be out, but that's okay.
You released that 10 minutes before.
The same thing, well, no, it's going to be in the earnings report. That's probably why, so it got leaked a little bit. There it goes, man. We just touched 324 for Netflix. Netflix earnings right now, is Netflix earnings, are they out or not?
What is going on
Right now
here?
you have an $8 spread. Netflix has touched up to 325 right now. We're going to bring it to you. There it is, man. It's a build. It's 329, 330. Netflix going nuts right now. We do have 331s. Netflix blasting right now to the upside. We don't know where it's going to go, but there goes Netflix right now. Huge move down into the close. Nice move back up. We just touched 331 here. What's up with Netflix? If we have anything, we'll bring it to you, but it's a nice move there for NFLX upside. There it goes, baby.
No, numbers are out. You've got like that Q4 streaming, net change 7.6, estimate 4.5. Remember 4.5, the street had 4.1, 7.6 is a monster. That's a monster beat. So look, it's crazy action. I don't see anything on the EPS or anything like that. I haven't seen EPS, I haven't seen guidance, I haven't seen revenue, but obviously you're getting a strong reaction to some of the initial numbers that have come out. Maybe not 410 after all, Shawn.
No, they're out. They're out right now.
I don't see EPS.
Brendan's there, so whenever Brendan has them, we'll have them. But okay, let's wrap this thing up, man. There goes Netflix 330. Great trade to the upside. We're really happy about all of this, man. Reed Hastings be damned. It's a huge number for Netflix. Let's go over to Brendo.
Yeah, this line here, guys, pretty interesting as well. The new ad-supported tier was going to be specifically looked at, and they are, quote-unquote, pleased with the early results. So seemingly positive right across the board for Netflix at this point. That's the way the overall market ends the day, 0.77, 0.52, 1.05. So we shall see. Trying to hold up here is Netflix.
Yeah, they came risk off and they paid for it. Because think about it, like this is exactly, I remember the last time we saw that was almost the same thing. Everyone dumped it and you're racing in here. Remember it was about 350 to 355 and then we get to that bottom top 10% move. Great run for Netflix here. See?
It's tech, baby.
The market was down, but hey, at least something's bullish.
$30 in the money, some people here. I mean, this is a monster trade, man. I'm almost going to be $200 in the money on my Netflix trade as well. So big time move to the upside, man. Thank you again for watching. Thanks to Sharif, thanks to Luca, thanks to Fahad, thanks to Prad. You got to join us tomorrow, man. This has been a monster move up. There goes Netflix, man. Neil, thank you so much. Thanks to Brendan again today as well. Prad, we're going to wrap this show up here. So let's go back into the 3 box and let's do that exact thing, though. So 402, 403 right now. Brendan, any last words on anything here, or that's that?
No, that's a huge beat, guys. It looks really good right across the board. I'm not seeing anything that's actually missed. And that ad-supported tier comment going to be interesting tomorrow. We'll see what the call's like.
I actually just saw something right now came through. You might have just missed it, but they're planning on resuming their share buyback.
Yeah, that's big.
So that's a big one again, too,
one.
right? Spend that money. Bring the money back to shareholders. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Thank you again for watching. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. If you joined us today and we're happy, wait to see what we do tomorrow. For everybody here at Trader TV Live, 1 red stock today, hopefully 0 tomorrow. We'll talk to you. Ciao. Hope you're long Netflix.